fellas. That doesn't really work, does it? Have you tried? Oh, that's good. Oh, fantastic. Oh, fantastic. Better. So much better. What a fantastic, fantastic tune. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. They have everything for young men to enjoy. You can hang out with all the boys. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. It's fun to stay at the YMCA. Young man, there's no need to feel down. Young man, pick yourself off the ground. I've been Donald Trump. Thank you and good night.
And what time?
This one's from Jeremy in Wisconsin. And it says, Toffee Grand Coffee is the best coffee in the world. Thanks for the grift.
Anyway, I'm going to find out who this quartering character is. And when I do, he's going to get a bit of the old ice troll treatment.
Went from loathing Brie Larson to being the unofficial #1 fan site for Brie Larson.
How about a handshake? You're gonna give me your jacket, your helmet, and your motorcycle, and in return, I'm gonna let you keep your hand.
Good afternoon. Happy Thursday to you, Hannah Claire. How are you?
I'm good. Happy Thursday to you too. How's your week going?
It's been, chaotic, but that's, I guess, normal. For me, this last part of 2025 has been a little bonkers. Took Huck to the vet this morning. He's been walking funny, and they think it's neurological because he gets seizures or whatever.
Yeah,
so,
I remember.
We're going to lower his seizure medicine and see if that helps. Obviously, the trade-off is then he might have seizures again. So
Did
we'll
they
have
ever
to see.
give you an explanation as to why he might be having seizures?
Well, they thought it might be he has it's a side effect of like this triple it's like a flea, lice, and tick pill.
Okay.
So I got him off that, and we've been doing the individual stuff. So I was gonna take him off the phenobarbital as soon as I could, and then he's been walking funny, and I was I was unsure, but now I'm just like, oh, whatever. They said that we could go down like half the dose, so we'll see. If he has seizures, then they did a full checkup on the issue with German Shepherds and other big dogs is you're worried about their hip dysplasia or anything that he's got none of that. They check, his hips and all that kind of stuff. So It's
My
not
brother had a
muscular.
Great Pyrenees. Like he adopted an older one, and I remember
Yeah.
that being like the big thing, especially at the end, the hip dysplasia.
Yeah, I mean it'll get most like big dogs. But yeah, I mean the trade-off is, you know, he was having a seizure every 3 days. So we
It
put
was
him on
really
the seizure
bad. Like
med.
what? Like
Yeah.
spring of this year, right?
Yep. And he hasn't had one since. So the trade-off was that, I guess, I mean, my observation of him, and it is a side effect of the medicine, is he's kind of like low energy, and he was like dragging his feet even when we like put him on it in the first place. And they said, well, that'll get better. It never really got better. And then now he was like walking with his back paws like crisscrossing when he was walking. So he might just be sore. He might have like hurt himself, and you know, when he's rough rousing or something. So they put him on gabapentin, which is like a pain med, and we're gonna reduce his pheno, which I think I feel confident. Like I think like his legs may have even like started to like atrophy because he was like dragging them around so much. And so
Do you do like physical therapy for dogs when that happens? Or
yeah,
what?
we did that, and we did we also did acupuncture for him, and like yeah, gabapentin also helps with seizures. That's true. So they're basically like, well, now's a good time to lower his seizure meds because gabapentin will also help kind of wean him down. He's only on that for like a couple of days to see if it helps him, because I was mostly worried about, you know, his hip dysplasia or something, and they're like, no, he's good. So, you know, there's that.
That sounds very stressful. I'm sorry to hear that Huck is not well.
Yeah, it is stressful. He's my boy, but
Baby.
yeah, so we'll see. But anyway, yeah, we'll see. I mean, we just changed his medicine today, so we'll see how we'll see how he shakes out. How was your evening?
My evening was fine. I don't really have any major news to report. You know, typical parenthood. My child has given up sleeping. I think it was like the time change. So we just hung out all the time last night, you know. You know, when you put when I put her to bed at night, I'm sometimes like, oh, I'm like, I kind of miss her. Like, did I, you know, whatever, did I engage with her enough today? But last night I was like, please just go to sleep.
I get
Get
it.
out of here.
Yeah. Sleep, please.
I think it's the time change. I don't know if your animals, like, I know this happens with like if you feed like cats at a certain time, when you do the time change, they're then like, you are trying to starve me. But it threw me for a loop, and apparently everyone else in my house too.
Yeah, my cats were like that, you know, but now like in fall, they get fed an hour earlier. In spring, it's an hour later. So like in spring, they're like, I'm dying. And I'm just like, no, you're not. You're all, by medical terms, obese. Calm down. You're going to be okay. And then
I have a
like,
what do they call it? Like a gravity feeder for my cat.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's just easier or whatever. And the cat that I rescued from the wilderness, my formerly outdoor cat, who's committed to being an indoor cat.
Yeah.
If it gets like to 1/3 full, she starts freaking out. Like, you can tell something is wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are you doing? You're not going to starve to death. You live inside. Like, everything is fine. But she has figured it out, and she also becomes deeply concerned if you're letting it run too low.
We had to get rid of them. We had auto feeders, but they would work on like a conveyor belt. So that you would set like the size of the food. Well, they would stick their freaking paws up there and then like steal the food, but then they would go off and no food would come out because they had robbed themselves of their next feeding, and they would never put it together. They would be going berserk.
Yeah.
They'd be going berserk.
I saw a video of a cat that had one of those automatic timers where it's like, you know, there's slots filled or whatever.
Yeah.
And it would like unplug it and replug it. Like it would work.
I figured out how to reset it.
And that way it would like automatically go off again. The cat was like, wow, more food, thank you.
Yeah,
it's like they're both very smart and also ridiculous.
Yeah, that's them. Had a couple of interesting topics today. I suppose the first thing worth talking about is the end of the era. Nancy Pelosi, apparently.
Leaving us, apparently. Allegedly. I mean, it's official.
Yeah, I think she read the writing on the wall that somebody was going to probably run for her position. I mean, what's the point of stealing all that money through insider trading if you can't like actually enjoy
it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it was crazy that she didn't retire when she left her leadership position. Like, what has this last term been? She's just a rank and file member, but she is influential, but she's still having to go to Washington. I mean, I guess she just like, after several decades in the House, she couldn't just go quietly. But I would assume it's annoying having to take orders from other people that you used to boss around. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, that's very weird. I mean, she is what, like 80?
At least.
She's not very young. So, you know, I don't really know that she was going to run, stay forever anyway.
She had filed the paperwork from what I remember, but to like run for re-election, and everyone was like, but why? Why are you doing this? But again, I go back to like, if you've controlled so much power for so long, like maybe it's just hard to give it up.
Oh, not maybe. I mean, it definitely is.
Well,
yeah,
I mean, like you point out, she's got tons of money. Like, it's not like she's going back to nowhere. Like, she has a fancy house and many houses. Like, she can go do whatever she wants with her spoils from her long political career. But I guess there's nothing like trying to get maybe this is the result of the government shutdown. Maybe she's like, I'm tired of this.
Yeah, I mean, that could be, but also like, I mean, if that's true, then more shutdowns, please. But like, I mean, we have
smoke out all the oldest members of the House and Senate.
I mean, both Republicans and Democrats have, I would say, more than, they would say they both have a handful of people that are way too old. I mean, we have, Dianne Feinstein literally dying on the job. Ruth Bader Ginsburg died on the job. The turtle guy, Mitch McConnell, stroking out every 20 minutes.
And he's also leaving after his term is over. So there really is a changing of the guards.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what the hell else is he supposed to do? I mean, the guy can't even walk. Like he fell down he's falling down in the House and all sorts of stuff.
It's kind of an undignified end. That's how I felt about Feinstein. Like, her staffers put out the announcement of her retirement and the press asked her about it. And she was like, I'm not retiring. And it's just like, not saying she's a good person. I don't agree with her politics, but there is a level of like, maybe this is why you need to leave the limelight, like before your memory goes.
Yeah. And like, I mean, you don't have any dignity when you can't even walk, like when you can't, there's just no, I don't know. I'm not a big fan of kind of really any of these old heads staying on the job forever. I think it's selfish. I think that but I mean, again, like I think we talked about yesterday, like the Venn diagram of like basically people, by the way, I'm just, because you're constantly impressed by multitasking. Like I'm live editing a video while also talking about this because it was a video about Mamdani and it got demonetized. And I'm like, there's nothing in there. Like, I don't know. There was a reply to the tweet that showed 9/11, like the explosion 9/11. So maybe that's it.
Ooh, spicy.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna try to re-upload it. This is what like, playing the YouTube game is about. Like, there's literally no reason to demonetize that, but like some bot must. Now I don't know. We'll find out. I'm gonna re-upload it now. I cut out the screenshot of 9/11, and we'll see if that's what triggered it. But yeah, it's always a game, and like. Fortunately, we have our deal with Rumble, but that's not forever, and so you're always trying to like figure out the game. It's like, well, we're not going to pay you for this video. Why? Well, because there's a random screenshot of something that you weren't even talking about in it. Now, I don't know if this is it, but we'll find out. The other big piece of news that I thought was interesting, to say the least, was Marjorie Taylor Greene running for president. I mean, I think she has, I mean, first of all, she has no chance. Sorry, MGT might be a great person or a nice person or whatever.
It's a rough year for her to enter because there's going to be a lot of like.
She's not beating JD Vance. Are you on crack? There's not
I don't
anybody.
think if JD Vance was in Marco Rubio runs, I don't think she would beat him.
She wouldn't beat Rubio either. Yeah, like, if for some reason JD doesn't run, maybe you could make the argument like it's a little more open. But
and it could be like last time the Republicans ran had their election, like Trump wasn't technically the incumbent, but like we all knew that he was going to be the nominee.
Right.
And so
right.
all of the debates were kind of like VP auditions. And that could be maybe what she has in mind. Like off chance she gets a lot of momentum and she does get the presidential nominee, cool. But maybe she's just trying to put herself out there as a potential VP candidate.
Yeah. I mean, I guess like the politicking of it, there's still a lot of money to be made running for president.
Yeah, there's some consultant who's like, do it. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, Bernie Sanders every year, like he knows he's not winning, right? And he still runs every time because there's an assload of money in it. And then there's money in like being able to, there's power in being able to say, well, I have 7% of the vote and you need it. I mean, RFK Jr. did that. He was never going to win, but he turned it into running Health and Human Services. Yeah. So if Marjorie Taylor Greene is quote unquote considering a run for president, to me, it's very clearly her considering trying to like advance her career. She can't possibly think she's going to win. But she also has been pretty vocally trying to distance herself. Like she went on The View. I can't decide.
She's trying to get back into the mainstream. Like going on The View, I thought was interesting. Yeah. I remember she came on IRL once, and I remember Lydia, the producer, telling me after, like, I had never really listened to Marjorie Taylor Greene before. Like, I knew what they said in the headlines, but I found her very interesting when I was hearing her talk. And so maybe part of Marjorie Taylor Greene was like just getting herself in front of people and getting that 15 minutes where she says something that, you know, like, instead of it being about, what was it, Jewish space lasers or something?
Yeah,
like
that's never going to go away.
It's like, but it's reputation rehabilitation and a chance that maybe a couple other people be like, oh, you're not as bizarre as I thought you were. Or you're not like, you know, whatever it is.
Yeah, I don't know where she's at because she is really kind of positioned herself as, she's been very critical of the party. And she may also be trying to seize on this kind of growing Israel fatigue. She's been outspoken on, you know, AIPAC, this, that, and the other stuff. It's possible that she could be trying to just get out there, negotiate a position. You know, I applaud her going on The View. I applaud her. And by the way, I didn't really see any kind of explosive.
No, and that's actually in her favor, right?
Right.
Like,
that's what I mean.
I think the biggest quote I saw was like, right. I think she said something like, they want us to be fighting or whatever. And like, she wasn't able to be slandered really by it, which is good if you're trying to be like, you guys all said I was crazy, but actually I'm very normal and relatable to your audience. Yeah.
And as Chad pointed out, the Jewish space lasers plays better now than it did 2 years ago. That's probably
She saw that. She was like, here we go, team.
She was ahead of the curve. Yeah, she was ahead of the curve. So
I think Marjorie Taylor Greene's interesting in part because, okay, hear me out. What if she's trying to like Kim Kardashian a little bit? You know how Kim Kardashian, when she was in her lawyer wannabe girl era, and she like met with Trump and was trying to get prison reforms, and you know she was advocating for that one woman who was in there on some like drug charges. Marjorie Taylor Greene was one of the most vocal defenders of George Santos when he was in prison.
Yes.
I remember her posting like, he is in solitary confinement. He's being threatened. Right. Yeah. Like that, like the jails are treating people badly. This is not right. Might actually do well with voters. I mean,
well,
George
she
Santos
also
doesn't, but
she was part of that, like, kind of the wild card crew back when they were doing, was it for Speaker of the House? It was like her, Gates. Yeah. Matt Gates. Like she's been kind of marching by the beat of her own drum, which I think I appreciate. Yeah. She's never going to be president, but like, you know, I think when you initially look at stuff like this and you're like, haha, she's never going to win. Like her entire
That's not
purpose.
the only thing you get out of running for president.
It may not even be her actual like desired like her planned purpose. Her planned purpose is like, I need to increase my cachet. I need to get more national attention. I need to parlay this because MTG's like, I don't know what she's really up to. She needs to parlay this into more like, heading up this committee or that committee or like you said, VP, maybe. Yeah. I wouldn't pick her, but maybe that's where the act set. Yeah.
I mean, she was one of the only people to be like taken off a committee, right? Like she has an interesting, like I am an outsider, even though I'm an insider in Washington backstory, which might appeal to voters depending on, it's so hard to like, I think it would be difficult to pick a VP before the top of the ticket's picked.
Well, if JD Vance runs, I think that I mean, it wouldn't even, but they'll still have debates and they'll still have, and there'll be a chance for, her to be in the limelight. And she's been on the Epstein files and there's stuff like that she's been super consistent about. Even if I disagree with her, even I think she can be a little bit of a shit stirrer. Like she's a kind of a real one, even though she says some crazy stuff. But
she'll say crazy stuff, but then she'll also stand by stuff, even if it breaks with party, which I think a lot of people respect.
She's been loyal to Trump too. Been very loyal to Trump. Her brand, is someone in chat pointed out, says her brand has tanked. I would argue that I wouldn't. I mean, I don't think I could push against that.
But maybe that's why she's on The View now. Like she has some time. She's got 3 years, 2.5 years to rehabilitate.
And I don't even know why you could say it has. I just think she's all out of the limelight. For a while there, it was like every week. Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's doing this. She's doing that.
Yeah.
Now she says, okay, I'm running president. We also know that this shit, like, this stuff gets leaked on purpose. She may have no interest at all whatsoever. And she's just.
But then somebody on a PAC is like, look, we can go back and we're polling positive response to this or whatever. Yeah. Let me ask you a question. Do you think America's first female president could be a divorced woman?
No.
So she's got stuff counting against her.
I do think America's first female president will be a Republican, though.
Yeah.
I think, there are people that are bubbling under the surface. I think the Democrats are going to have to abandon. I think they're running a white guy next time. And it's going to be Gavin Newsom. Oh, yeah. Like they've tried the diversity ticket. I mean, if I'm betting money on it, it's Gavin Newsom. Like there is no other. I can't think again. Like you never know. There's always some wild card, but nobody's got the cachet Gavin Newsom does.
No.
And
if Kamala, the rumor is obviously
she might be doing it.
That Kamala's going to throw her hat in the ring, and like, what is the DNC going to do to Kamala Harris? Because she is now definitely tested. She is not going to. I don't think she would ever win the presidency.
I don't think she'd even win the primaries.
Can she be Gavin Newsom's VP? Like, it's very much giving always a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Yeah, no way. I think. I mean, it would be great for us if she ran.
I think she is going to run.
I mean, look, if you got flipping 65 million votes or whatever, however many votes she got, how do you go back and say that you shouldn't run again? Like, let's be honest. If you're Kamala Harris, you're like, hey, look what I did with 3 months, or with,
That is what you say to yourself.
I know. I mean, you're delusional.
Contributing factor. I don't think it's a good idea, but I'm sure she is like, she's got consultants who are like, we'll back you up. There are probably people who are like, you didn't get a fair shot. You need to run again. Well,
a lot of them are on her payroll. A lot of people were like, how much did she blow? $1 billion? And like, she will have trouble fundraising because I think some of her whales were not so quiet about the fact that they were like, yo, like, what did you do with our money? You had people like Colbert raising 20, 30, 40 million dollars for her that won't even have a show this time around. And certainly I feel like the money will be behind Gavin Newsom, but that doesn't mean she won't run.
She's running, but she's going to fight for a lot of the same people Newsom is fighting for. And I don't think she'll win out.
Yeah. I think you're probably right. I just, there's no way you get how many millions of votes and you don't run again. Like there's look with Trump, Trump lost in 2020. We can discuss what that word really means, but not president. My position was always to focus more on the ballot harvesting, and that's why he lost, as opposed to a lot of the other stuff that people focus on that was more like is esoteric the right word? That was more difficult to prove. Like the fact that they were going door to door harvesting ballots is why Joe Biden won. You can talk about the voting machines. You can talk about that. This was always my position. It's like, yo, they were going door to door during lockdowns. They locked down the country, and they were. There was a reason why there were more votes than ever in any election during that period of time. And by the way, Trump also got the most votes he'd ever gotten.
Right.
Because it was because of lockdowns, and the Democrats were just better. They were better at cheating. They were better at, well, you can say, Trump says cheating, but I say, they were better at ballot harvesting. They were going door to door. Trump told people not to do mail-in voting, which I think was a huge mistake. And I said it, if you go back to 2020 election, I said it that day. I was like, this is stupid. Don't tell people not to mail in ballot. You should be mail-in balloting. And look what happened.
Many states enacted mail-in balloting because of COVID and then left it. Like, I could be wrong, chat, please correct me, but did California have universal mail-in ballots before COVID? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either.
So now they do. It's something Gavin Newsom crows about. Okay, cool. So that tool is still in effect for the party that, at least I personally wish didn't get to use it so much.
Yeah, people gave me a lot of shit when I was telling people, like, leading up. But then look what it was when Trump ran in 2020. What was the thing in 2024? Get out there, do your mail-in, do your early voting, early vote in person. The first time when Trump's like, "Man, you have to vote on election day." See, and I'm like, dude, don't do that. Like, you get better turnout when people feel like they have 2 months to do it. And I have always early voted, always. I never go on election day, and I know I get that people are like, I go on election day because, for like ceremonial reasons or whatever. But like, actually, I think last year I did go on election day. I think
I go on election day.
I think
but
I did.
Part of it is like,
but I've
that's
already
the day
voted
we
before.
do it. Like, I know to go to the polling station or whatever.
I don't live in a big
I have
city
early
either.
voted, like when I have needed to, but like generally I prefer election day. And also because then if you're like, I remember one year like being like, hey, I need to run out and vote. And my boss being like, yep, no problem, go for it. Like there are times that it works out well, but I guess my position is like, if we have mail-in voting as an option, if we have early voting, you have to leverage the tools at hand. And you can spend the rest of the year then trying to repeal it or change it. But like, if it's on the table, use the tool.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about with Prop 50 too. Like, hopefully the Republicans can stop this lame-ass purity testing stuff. People, they're like, meh, Prop 50. It's like, yeah, okay, let's be dirtier than them. Where else can we redistrict and offset this? Can we redistrict in Florida? I feel like we should be able to. Can we redistrict in Texas? I feel like we should be able to. Can we redistrict in like big populous centers that are Republican strongholds? Where can we be redistricting? We should be doing this. And my thing with, Trump calls that cheating. I don't call it cheating. I in the same way that Trump said, if you don't like it, remember when they're like, man, your friends don't pay any tax. And he's like, if you don't like it, change the law. You're the one in power. And it crushed. That's how I look at a lot of this stuff. It's like, dude, don't stand there and whine about quote unquote, the Republican or the Democrats cheating. You have to blow it out to the absurdity. You have to redistrict to the moon. It's like, I don't know what you call it, but it's like reduce it to the ridiculous. It's like a form of argumentation, I think, or whatever. But like, go and redistrict so you get fucking 50 extra Republican seats and then force them to change the law. But don't let them beat you while complaining about how it's not fair. Right. And like, I think that was we saw a little bit of that in the 2024 election where Trump was more on, he was very consistent. Early vote, in person, fine. Get your ballot in. Ad absurdum. Yeah. Okay. That's what it is. Yeah.
I think one of the issues is, there's not just one silver bullet for like.
By the way, it was the picture of 9/11 that got that video demonetized.
Oh, see, he's such a YouTube pro. He spotted it immediately.
I chopped it out, re-uploaded it, and it's fully monetized.
I think about, we talked about this. I talk about it all the time. I know we mentioned yesterday when Trump the first time around was like pushing to have citizenship on the census, and that would obviously change how many congressional seats and distribution or whatever. That didn't work. So the congressional districts are inaccurate. So and then you're like, but you can't redistrict, I sort of feel like, but we know it's based on bad data.
Right.
So,
let's stop worrying about being right and win.
Well, and it's like in a perfect system. Yes, I wish we could do things honorably. I wish that we could use accurate data. I wish that we had integrity and whatever. But like, I do think it's crazy to be like, well, we know this is bad because we did include a citizenship question, but we can't have any other way of potentially correcting this. So just deal with it as you will. That seems like it's like, if you know someone is cheating and you don't try to put any other measures into, obfuscate the cheating, then are you just throwing in the towel? It's not a perfect system, but we have to do something, right?
Yeah, it's like, well, the voting machines are all broken. So what? So don't vote? Like, that's what Trump screwed himself with that in 2020. I still think he could have won in 2020 if he had embraced mail-in balloting. He could have had more votes counted, I guess that's how I'll say it. I do want to go to chat. A couple people have sent in some chat messages. Tim's final graphics code says, Hannah Claire, what did Jeremy do to Melanie Mack? Blink twice if you're in danger. That's right. You've already seen Les Luke. Now you haven't seen Melanie Mack. Hannah Claire knows she's on thin ice. You don't need to tell her.
No.
Melanie's working on some side projects and she'll be back.
You don't need to lie to them. Melanie is Jeremy's stepdaughter, and he was like, it's off to boarding school with you. You've been acting out. You and your Bible channel are getting out of control, and so we'll see you in a little bit. As
a 42-year-old father of a 43-year-old, sometimes you have to put your foot down. What? And actually, I think she's 41. Yes, I was very active at 1 year old. And sometimes, sometimes you give him the carrot.
And Jeremy's a very stern, captain of the ship.
I do run a tight ship.
When Michael Scott goes to the Outward Bound camp, like similar, or not Michael Scott, whichever other one does.
Oh yeah. I do.
Andy.
Was it Toby? Andy. Yeah, Andy. Yeah. Lone Wolf says, gifted a Rumble Premium. Very cool. Thank you. Derek Llama Boy, when will the Republicans actually talk about the Israel situation? Dude, they're talking about every TPUSA event. Now they're talking about it. Like last night, again, Eric Trump. Like, this is going to be every TPUSA event forever. And maybe that's a good thing. But I think it's time to pretend. It's time to stop pretending like nobody's talking about it. It's like the number one trending topic on X practically every flipping day. It's at every TPUSA event. Like, it's no longer about getting groiped. It's literally every event. It is in the mainstream zeitgeist. So now it's being talked about. So let's see what shakes out of it. Zigzag says, for Hannah Claire to hang a badass sword on the wall fund. I think she likes her nondescript Kohl's painting behind her. What? Or perhaps it's Pottery Barn.
This is from Home Goods or from Hobby Lobby. Come on.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Praise be.
Barcode free, babe.
Yeah, that's right. And then shout out to Hobby Lobby. Agony beside me says, look at Marjorie Taylor Greene's stock trades. When she was on Timcast, she stated she handed over all of her trading to a third party so she wouldn't be accused of corruption. Now she's made like $200 million. I know. That is a true statement.
That. All of them are like, I've handed it over. It's not my fault that it's doing well. And
yeah, you handed it over and then you're like, hey, third party, buy this.
Okay, that's true. Although I will say, if I had to hand mine over to a third party, I'd pick someone who was really good at their job. You know what I'm saying? Like,
you know what I would do is I would pay every politician like $5 million a year, but ban them from owning stock.
Interesting. What about their spouses? That's the other problem.
Also banned.
Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah, also banned. Make the salary enough for them to have no excuse to have generational wealth if they're in, and that way they cannot be bought. They have no excuse to be taking bribes. Not that they wouldn't. They have no excuse to be buying or owning stock. Not that they wouldn't try ways around it. But we've tried the way that it is now, and it isn't working. Everybody left, right, and center is getting super rich by being in government. So maybe we need to just say, all right, well, let's pay them all $10 million a year and ban stock ownership. Because then it's like, if you have a problem with that, like, what, you can't live off $10 million a year, but the average American makes $36,000? Like, you can't. Yeah, I mean, you can't. You literally can't. Like, you set them up to, like, they can't complain about it, and anybody's complaining about it.
why we don't do this, and maybe we should. So often, and I don't totally fault it, but there'll be.
And by the way, you can own stock before and after you're in office, just not.
It's an incentive to leave office. Honestly, you want to get back in the stock game? We've got an option for you. One of the things that I have always wondered about is often you'll hear, especially more junior or lesser known Congress people who don't have tons of money, being like, it's very expensive to maintain a second residence in DC. DC is an expensive
Fine, pay for
city.
it.
Well, and some of them really do sleep in their offices and all kinds of stuff. And I feel for those ones. We should just get them dorms,
Right.
And that way, no one has to pay for an apartment, but everyone gets the same thing.
And you get way cheaper security because now it's like you can have centralized security and you just have a compound where they all live and you keep it safe. I 100% agree with that. Like, you're in government. It can be like everyone can have these nice 4 or 5 bedroom condos. I don't care. Whatever the case is, you can live there. You can choose to live there for free, or you can maintain your own residence at your own expense outside of the place. And like,
also, can you imagine if we were like, okay, government's shut down, but you all need to live in this dorm together until you work it out? Like, I think we get a lot of stuff through. I think things would be much faster process.
Right. Yeah, I think. Plus, you would get some great romance storylines going on. You would have all sorts of.
I'm worried about the married people then, but.
Please, they all cheat on each other anyway.
Don't say that. Marriage is an important institution.
I'm not saying it isn't. I'm just saying they're all. I mean, like, come on, whose coke bag was it? Fucking literally anyone's. I mean, like, there's no. I mean, they're all cheating on each other. They're all sleeping together. Democrats are jerking off Republicans and vice versa. Let's just be real. So if you ban all stock trading while you're in office, then I think, oh no, it has no audio. I uploaded it muted, you idiot.
It's hard to do 12 people's jobs at once, Jeremy. I really feel for you. Epic
backfire. Yep. I fixed it, but I uploaded it muted. So now, everyone is thumbsing it down and it will make my channel look bad. Anyway, I'll fix that. Uploading now. So that's what happens when you edit while you're live streaming. I wouldn't have made that mistake if I wasn't.
That's the thing about multitasking. Like, you could do a lot of things at once, but you cannot do lots of things well at once, at least in my experience.
No, that's basically true, I think, for all people. Yeah, I just think, you ban the stock trading and that's it. And I guess, like, some people will make the argument like, yeah, well, then you won't get the best qualified candidates. Fine. I'll take the second best qualified candidate that isn't only there to, like, enrich themselves, and get rich off of insider trading or whatever the case is. Steve Eisner says, SCOTUS is about to strike down Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act, which will give Republicans an additional 19 seats. Boom. Yes, more of this. More of this. Like, literally.
Lots of options out there,
You should expose every loophole. Like, period. McCall says, tack on the death penalty for violating these laws for those politicians, then you got me sold. I mean, we can tack it on, but I'm living in a world where they're not getting prosecuted anyway. So at least if it's out there publicly, maybe you get some people that are actually interested in, like, getting a good salary to have this job in the government. I don't know. Like, it's all very odd to me that we still allow it. I mean, look at what's Eye Patch McCain's got all this money. They're all the job pays like $150,000 a year and they're all worth $100 million. Like, can we just stop with pretending that they're not all scamming? Like,
it's like if I don't know, like, again, if you had to put your savings or whatever, you had to turn over to a financial advisor or someone who's, like, investing on your behalf and it's blind or whatever, like, I would hope that you have someone who is making you lots of money, right? Like, that would be the point. I just think when you have, like, all of those websites that track their stock trading compared to their voting, it's kind of becoming clear that it's not just like, oh, they were good at hiring.
Right. Everyone else would be hiring these people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, the Nancy Pelosi stock tracker has, like, never let me down on X. Now, I currently have no money in the stock market. I couldn't handle it. Like, it was too stressful for me, so I just took everything out. But like, I get, like, I don't know. I get that there's flaws in the, banning stock trading while you're in office, give them a big salary idea, but we've tried it their way. We've tried it hey guys, could you be honest? Maybe could you not insider trade? And that's clearly not working. And I also don't blame any of these people. Like, how would you expect any normal person to react to have this information and not enrich themselves on it? This is not human nature.
I mean, I think we should hold them to a higher standard. I don't have sympathy for them for doing that. It seems like if it's that much of a vice or a temptation, maybe we should get rid of some, there are proposed solutions all the time.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you're right. By the way, I do want to get to this next topic here. Why don't you let the fine people of the stream know, by the way, where they can find your content online? And then we're going to talk about this demonic thing.
You can find my content on Rumble, on YouTube, and on X. I do videos on the news, some cultural analysis. They're at Hannah Claire B on Rumble and YouTube. I'm also Hannah Claire B on X as well. I really appreciate all of you guys who have subscribed, who are checking out my stuff. It helps me a lot as I build that platform. I'll have a new video up shortly. And yeah, anyways, good vibes to you guys. Happy Thursday. Jeremy, are you going to promote anything before we talk about this scientist experiment?
Yeah, I just want to let people know that we sold out of our spiked jack-o'-lantern and our maple cream like right away on Amazon. We just sent 500 more that are like literally fresh roasted. They're on Amazon. The links are in the description. Our spiked jack-o'-lantern, our tiger's blood is in stock, and our maple cream is in stock right now. And links are in the description. Even if you don't drink coffee, pick up a bag of spiked jack-o'-lantern or maple cream and bring it to your Thanksgiving, or have it for people who come over for Thanksgiving. This would work amazing because they're going to try it, put a little bit of regular cream in it, a little bit of sweetener if you want. They're going to try it, they're going to love it, and then they're going to go buy from Coffee Brand Coffee on Amazon. So hopefully you'll check it out. The spiked jack-o'-lantern and maple cream are probably the two flavors I'd recommend. They're both linked in the description. Or the tiger's blood. We have a huge order getting checked in today on Amazon. So if something's been out of stock, this is the problem when we try to send it when it's super fresh. So sometimes you run out, and that's the trade-off I've made. I'd rather run out than have stuff sit there and be old.
I feel like that makes sense. Especially if you're a coffee company, like the freshness matters a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of my whole, this is why it's $20 a bag and not $8 a bag, Sure. So like if I'm going to have old coffee there, then I'm not really delivering on what I'm talking about. Tiger's blood is a medium roast, but it's unlike anything you've ever tasted. It's like watermelon, strawberry,
and coconut on the bag.
And coconut, yeah.
That's
I don't know if we're gonna bring it back. If it sells out this time around, we might. But literally nobody has told me they don't love it. Like, it's just, I probably should have called it Fruit Splash instead of Tiger's Blood. I think it would have sold better.
Where did Tiger's Blood come from? Just for fun?
I was like, let's call it something edgy. Because, like, our main competitor is not other YouTubers because their coffee is garbage. Like, any coffee you see sold on any platform from any YouTuber is garbage dropship stuff. As far as I know, I'm the only one that roasts their own stuff. So my main competitor is not YouTubers. It's actually Bones Coffee. And Bones Coffee always has like these goofy names and funny names and stuff for their stuff. And so that's why I called it that. I was like, well, let's try to compete in that like weird name market. But I don't think it really resonated with my actual viewers, customers, So I might just call it, I might change the name of it on Amazon to just Fruit Splash, like parentheses, Tiger's Blood, and like make it more generic named. Because anybody that tries it, it's like, damn, this is so good.
Could you call it Fruit Punch, or would that be trademark infringement?
I don't think it would be. No, I don't think it would be. I mean, Fruit Punch is Fruit Punch, like, I think it'd be all right. The name of the ice flavor, somebody said it's an ice, like a shaved ice flavor. I never heard of that before. I've never had shaved ice before. I mean, I have, I guess. I've had like the cups of it, like the Luigi's from the grocery store, but
they used to sell shaved ice where they like put the flavors over it at my brother's like Little League games when I was a kid. It was amazing.
It's a thing where they like, I know like it's an Italian deli thing. I gotta grab some water. I have a sore throat. Start up the Tom Brady story. I'll be right back.
Okay.
I forgot to get water before I went live.
Dehydration is danger. I hope you all take this moment to also get your water if you're listening. So I love sports, as everyone knows. Huge fan, know a lot about it. But Tom Brady has revealed that he has cloned his dog. He had a dog, I guess loved it so much, got a second one exactly the same. It's kind of like if you have a shirt, you buy it in the same shirt in every color, and that can sometimes be good. In this case, it's I guess the exact same colors. Jeremy will play this video. It's only 3 minutes long. The first 2 minutes are what's relevant. The rest is sort of the commentators talking about it. He is an investor in a company that specializes in cloning animals, and they're saying it's for preventing species die off and things like that. I'll let you play the video, then we can talk about it.
Okay.
It's like
I'll hit it.
Weird.
Is a social media star, but if she looks familiar, it's definitely not a coincidence. The dog is actually a clone of Brady's previous pit bull mix Lua, who died in 2023. The NFL legend revealing his new dog's background this week, writing, "In a few short months, Colossal gave my family a second chance with a clone of our beloved dog. Brady, an investor in the biotech company Colossal Biosciences. The company's CEO compares the process of cloning to IVF without sperm.
Oh my God. No, it's demonic. Nathan B in chat said Tiger's blood fucking slaps. That's my favorite. Dude, make sure you guys buy some so we can keep the flavor then. Yeah, no, it's not IVF, first of all. Second of all, it's demonic. Like, you shouldn't be. And then, well, I mean, like, from a practical sense, it's not a second chance with your beloved dog. It's just another dog that has the same genes. It's not the same dog.
Also, doesn't that feel like disrespectful to your dog? You're like, I love this dog so much that I'm just gonna repeat it. Like, I don't know. That seems like sometimes you gotta let things go. I hate to say it. Yeah,
I mean, I think that it's creepy. It's like ungodly.
It seems really weird. I mean, the thing about IVF is like there's all kinds of moral objections to it, I know, but you know, it's the creation of life and then they freeze embryos and stuff. And they're saying it's like IVF without sperm, and I don't totally understand what that means. Like, how are you injecting?
It's not IVF with eggs either. You're just like, taking. Yeah, it's weird.
What? So are you trying to say it's like IVF without the ethical issues? But then how do you make this thing? They don't go into a ton of video explanation here, but what he does say is interesting.
When you clone a dog, is it just the appearance? Is there also an element of personality? What can you expect?
When you clone an animal, it's an identical genetic copy. So it's the physical traits, it's its appearance, but a lot of the behavioral traits as well come with that. There's still environmental factors that affect all of us.
Colossal just announced the acquisition of Viagen, which had been cloning dogs and cats for a decade, including pets of other celebrities like Barbra Streisand and Paris Hilton.
Wait, what? This is Diamond and Baby. Diamond's clones.
But the cutting edge tech is controversial. According to one poll, the nearly 60% of Americans who find it morally wrong to clone animals significantly outnumber those who find it morally acceptable. You may remember Colossal is the company behind de-extinction efforts focused on bringing back the woolly mammoth, dodo bird, and Tasmanian tiger.
You shouldn't bring that stuff back either. God and the planet.
Put it where? Like, haven't all their habitats been destroyed?
Well, the planet, whether you believe in evolution or you believe in creationism, both have said that this animal doesn't need to exist anymore. So, like, natural selection has said the dodo bird doesn't need to survive. That doesn't need to be here. Bringing it back is flying in the face of,
Their
evolution.
own theories, it sounds like.
Yeah, and then it also flies in the face if you're a creationist. Like, God has said the dodo bird doesn't have a purpose on this planet anymore and has allowed it to go extinct. And so, I mean, just everybody, 60% of people saying this is morally wrong seems low. But we did just elect Mamdani in New York, so I guess, there are a certain percentage of. I know, like, I have an uncle that's like this about animals. Like, he just looks at every animal like he grew up on a farm. Like, the cats and dogs were just things to him, and then like when they would die, like it wasn't like
Just
a
part
big
of
deal
the
to
life
him.
cycle.
Yeah, like it was like, so those people are probably like, so what if you clone a cow? We kind of do that by buying. They're like, when they bring in cows, they're getting pretty close to that by like buying the sperm of a bull that they already know is like this. They create a bunch of like babies with one bull. You're getting kind of close to that in farming already. I think this is weird. And
the
demonic.
founder says something like it's for genetic diversity, but then like if you're repeating the exact same combination of genes, that doesn't seem like it's diverse. I guess they're arguing that when they bring back extinct animals, that's adding to like the diversity of the animal species. It seems contradictory. Mostly it seems like you have technology and you're making it flashy and you're leading with like heartwarming stories like, oh, Paris Hilton was able to have a clone of her dog. How happy for the rich lady.
Well, we all know where this is going. That's my problem with it.
Yeah. But
we all know that in labs around the world somewhere, like if people think that we haven't cloned humans already, I got something to, I got a bridge to sell you. Like we absolutely have been. This idea that scientists are just like, well, it'd be, it's happened in other countries with less regulation, probably with American funding. You're going to see the same commercial in 20 years where they're like, imagine if we could have Ben Franklin back right now. We could just, and it's going to be weird. It's even more weird than this, like, like the when they're like, well, we have AI versions of our dead kid. It's like, dude,
no, bad.
that's not your kid, first of all. Second of all, it's a weird cope. It doesn't allow for you to move on. And it's also demonic. Like this
it seems really soulless, like your kid is not going to survive in AI. And I am sad for you if you lost your child, prematurely.
Oh,
that's
for sure.
awful.
Yeah.
And like Tom Brady, I get that you loved your dog, but this is actually a totally different dog that just looks identical. Is that
what's worse
like
about it?
Like you don't value the individuality and the life and the soul that goes with these things.
What I think is worse about it is that Tom Brady doesn't. He actually doesn't give a shit about bringing back his family's beloved dog. He only did this so that his company could make more money.
Right.
Like,
it's a marketing thing.
Yeah. So it's even more soulless when Tom Brady does it and says,
all of his kids are like, is this our
miss-
dog again? He's like, kind of. And also, I made a bunch of money.
Right. Like, remember when Tom Brady, I believe, famously got arrested or he got like a huge fine for like that crypto scam that all these athletes were in on. And it's all very, this is like, we're asking for God's wrath a little bit. Again, like, I don't say that with the same energy that like Melanie would, but like,
no, but like,
I'm not a big tempt. I don't want to tempt, like even if you're not religious, like maybe we shouldn't tempt fate so much.
Well, just because like science can do something doesn't mean you should do it, right? Like, is this the best use of our time and resources? And the fact that you have to defend it with like, but we're bringing back the dodo bird. Like, what are the long-term implications of this? This is how I felt about AI. Like, yeah, AI is interesting, and there is, I guess, some use to it, but like, what Pandora's box are you opening? What are the long-term consequences? You can't even predict them.
Yeah, it's weird, but like at the end of the day, this is just about making money. It's just like that cloud dork. It's about fixing the farms. No, it isn't. It's about making money. And like, you're not making more rain. You're actually stealing the rain from a different spot where it was supposed to be. Again, if you're religious, it's like you're messing with God's plan. If you're not religious, and if you're just on the hard science of it, it's very easy to just say like, no, like this is not right. And like, well, we're making it rain for this guy, but then 20 miles away where it was, you're taking the rain from somewhere else. Like that guy's a real piece of shit. And like, shout out to, I've had my criticisms of Shane Cashman before, but like, I think he grilled him pretty good. It's all very very odd to me. I don't like it in the slightest bit. Like, it's just not okay. But what is okay is thankfully we have a wonderful sponsor for the stream. And quick pay the bills here real quick. I believe it is today Morgan and Morgan. So shout out to them for keeping the lights on for us. And we appreciate that. An accident or injured in any way, you should know how to protect your rights. That's why I'm so glad to have this video sponsor Morgan and Morgan. When you're seriously hurt, your injury could be worth millions of dollars. Morgan and Morgan doesn't settle for lowball offers. Just in the past couple of months, Morgan and Morgan saw verdicts of $12 million in Florida, 34 times the highest insurance offer, $26 million in Philadelphia, 40 times the highest insurance offer, and $6.8 million in New York, 25 times the highest insurance offer. Their fee is absolutely free unless you win. Fighting big companies takes a big law firm. As America's largest injury law firm, Morgan & Morgan are ready to take on insurance companies of all sizes. Morgan & Morgan has modernized the injury law process so you can submit a claim and communicate with your legal team all from your smartphone. And remember, size matters. Morgan & Morgan is big. They're America's largest injury law firm. That means they have the resources to fight to get you the best results, and they're capable of spending millions on a case to see it through. Did you know you can start a claim with America's largest injury law firm in just one click? It's so easy. You can start your claim now with Morgan & Morgan at www.forthepeople.com/quartering or click the link in the description down below. This other topic I wanted. Hey, Ruby Doobs. Will you come here? No. Oh.
Come on, Ruby. $1 million sighting of Ruby.
She heard you say that. She heard you say that and she turned around. I'm dead serious. Ruby, come here. No, she left.
It's because you hear my voice. It's like a stranger. And no.
Yeah, she heard your voice through the hey, Baba. Yeah.
How is he? Huck sighting. Huck sighting.
Well, it's tough to say because he said, come here. She starts walking towards me. When I call her to tell her come here, she leaves. Women.
Such a girl.
Yeah. It's hard to say because part of the reason I took him to the vet is because he's been so lethargic, and then they gave him gabapentin, which makes him lethargic. So I'm like, well, I guess we'll just give it to him. Let's see if it.
They're like, is he better? And you're like, well, he's tired.
Yeah, he looks about the same right now. But let's see a couple days after the the phenobarbital wears off.
You have a Monday update for us on Huck.
Yeah. So Hollywood, here's what's funny. I did like this video earlier today about they released there's a new show on Disney about an all-female law firm and ran by Kim Kardashian. And she
got trashed for acting, I heard.
Yeah, she got absolutely lambasted. And the show is currently sitting at a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. And that's with like dozens of reviews. It's not like just one or two people reviewed it and said it sucked. And then every review that I used for the video was a woman trashing it, a female reviewer saying like it's total trash. Kristen Stewart, who I think was groomed or something, she's gotten weird. Like ever since Twilight, she like broke up with Robert Pattinson. She was like cheating on him with the director of like
who was married
and like 20 years older than him. Now she's like a lesbian or something. Like she's kind of, I think something happened. Like she was young in Hollywood and I think she got groomed. But like, she's like, oh, it's back to a boys club. I'm like, bitch, no, it isn't. Like, it's still the same garbage. The thing is like,
well, the sighting is like fewer female directed movies were released last year or the year before. Like that's what the BBC article is using to back this up.
Oh, okay.
Whose fault is that? Like apparently the door was kicked wide open and none of the female lady directors went through it. Like
well, they did. They released them, but the movies tanked. Like that's another thing. Like there was a lot of like slay queen girl power movies that got released, but nobody went and saw them. And in fact, the apathy for Hollywood is so bad that even good movies were like failing. People are so tired of like, I remember seeing the preview for The Long Walk, which is a Stephen King movie. I didn't know that at the time. When I saw the preview, I was like, dang, this looks boss. Like this looks like a cool concept. I want to see it. My wife and I, like usually when we see a preview, we'll like text it to ourselves so remember to go see it. Then like Stephen King said something about Charlie Kirk the same week. I think it was Charlie Kirk. He like disparaged Kirk, and then it got connected to his movie. And I was like, oh, well, we're not seeing that. Like, people are just on a hair trigger for reasons to not see movies anymore because of Hollywood. I just don't think people want to hear more multimillionaire women talking about how they're not being
things
successful.
aren't fair to them.
Yeah. I mean, here's the same BBC suggesting female directors make history in Golden Globes.
No, they're oppressed, Jeremy and BBC.
Yeah, I just, by the way, side note, did you see, I don't know when this happened, but did you see Catherine Zeta-Jones was in Ukraine doing another one of these like Hollywood artard,
what?
We're here to, and her bodyguard got like kidnapped by the Ukrainian military. Did you not see this?
Pull this up. No, I didn't. Also, is she like, is her career really like that far gone? We're 3 or 4 years in. They're like, finally bring her in. Like, she's not even a top tier recruit for this.
Yeah, I don't even know who the hell this broad is anymore. Like, she was relevant in the 90s.
She was a big deal at one point, but I guess
didn't Michael Douglas famously get throat cancer from giving her cunnilingus?
I can never. I would have no idea. I think he did have cancer. There's no way for me to verify
Chat bailed me
else.
out. Chat, like, I swear that was something that was a story. There's not a single article on here. I thought I saw an article about her bodyguard. That was Angelina Jolie. Yeah, okay. Yes, see, I remember that. Oh, not bodyguard.
So distracted.
What was this? No, Jeremy is right. He knows how to take care of his lady. That's right. Yeah, throat cancer be damned. Maybe that was fake news. I don't know. Chat, help me out. I thought Salty Cracker covered this. Well, let me just check Salty's channel quick. Salty Cracker. Massive brawl. Oh, Angelina Jolie goes to Ukraine and her bodyguard gets kidnapped by the military. Yeah. Here's the video.
When was this?
We're still doing
let's
this,
see.
huh? We're still playing this stupid game that libtards, Hollywood libtards, they care so much about Ukraine.
Apparently it
I
happened.
gotta go down, I gotta stop that fascist Hitler Putin. He's destroying Ukraine. You care so much about Ukraine, Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, this
How
is
about
new.
caring about downtown Los Angeles? Maybe we're...
Yeah, this is today. Angelina Jolie, Ukraine. Holy crap, I can't type.
Hindustan Times has the coverage of it, Jeremy.
Ooh, well, I better pull that up. It's got to be the real deal.
Wait, why Angel Reese?
I don't know. Angelina Jolie, Ukraine. Yeah, her driver in Ukraine is taken away for the draft.
For the draft?
He got conscripted.
Oh,
I might have to cut. I mean, Salty Cracker and I share a big portion of our audience, so if I cover it now, it might tank as a standalone. But yep,
don't let that hold you back. If you've got some commentary, it's worth sharing.
Oh my god!
So he probably knew he was eligible for the draft, and then was like, "But she's a famous lady. This is worth the risk," or did he not know?
I don't know why or how this happened. Angelina Jolie used star power to draw attention to the Russian army's use of drones to target Ukrainian civilians, blah, blah, blah. During her visit, guards at a roadside checkpoint detained one of her drivers and began the process of drafting the man into the army. For a time, her movements were halted. Once all details were resolved, the well-known actress continued on her planned route. The Ukrainian Ground Forces Command said in the statement, it said that the man would begin induction into the army. Yep, she left him behind. She left him behind.
Well, she's not going to fight with the Ukraine government because she's supposed to be there supporting it. She can't be critical.
Oh my! Could you imagine?
On a press junket for.
What an idiot! Why would this bodyguard even take this job? He must be Ukrainian.
She's famous. She's famous. He can't. What if she falls in love with him and this is his ticket to LA?
Oh my god! Yeah, he's a 25-year-old Ukrainian, so he got conscripted, and they only found out after she left. So she didn't even say anything. She's like,
Why did I feel like she knew it was happening the whole time?
You would think, right? Like you would think that she had to know. She's probably like, Shitovich. Like this guy now. I mean, by the way, again, like Zelensky, maybe we can talk about coming back to the table now. Maybe we can talk a little bit about coming back to the table. If we're gonna be conscripting random people off the street. I thought he was winning this war.
Yeah. Well, that one guy was an important key to success, so he had to be drafted immediately on the spot.
Oh my God. This is like, again, I am not pro Russia, but I'm pro ending this war. And I'm pro like not being delusional and thinking that, oh yeah, Ukraine's definitely in the position here to be negotiating, or to be like standing their ground. They're just not. And without American dollars, like they're super cooked.
And how long do we have to do this for? How many casualties do both sides need to have? It seems like at a certain point, I always felt this way. I know not everyone does, but it feels like it's so much about ego, arguably both leaders, but definitely for Zelensky. It's about his international press tours and being able to wear fake fatigues on the House floor. Like it doesn't seem like it's long term in the benefits of his country at this point. But I guess the show must go on.
Yeah, it must. But, it's because it's never been about winning the war. It's been about the money,
Right.
Here's something we talked about this the other day. I'm curious if I could run this by chat because we had talked about open enrollment. You had brought this up. Here's a video. Now, again, be careful. Rage bait exists. But here's a woman who just opened her new health insurance bill. Let's see here. Why are you making videos while you're eating?
My address.
My guess is she knew they were going up because why is she doing this video? But what the hell is she eating?
But just opening my meal.
It sounds crunchy, but it looks like noodles.
I don't like the chewing sound.
That's renewing.
Yeah.
For 2026. Right now, I pay.
Oh my God! Just swallow. Yeah.
Yeah.
$122 per month for health insurance.
Well, if she pays $122 a month for health insurance, that's okay. I already am putting this together. She's not paying fair market value. She's on some sort of subsidized insurance.
I was gonna say, like, whoa, team.
I pay $1,300 a month and have for years for me and my wife with no kids and no prior health, no issues, and no like bad marks on either one of our healthcare. And like, so I think almost $1,300 a month. Now I remember when I went to the open market, I could have paid as little as I think like $600 or $700, but I took the highest insurance because it's kind of a write-off. It's not really a write-off, but it's kind of a write-off.
You do the math, it's like you pay that much per month, but then you end up paying way more. Like you have to do your whole cost per year.
Well, it's worked out for us this year. I'm like, every time I'm like, well, because she has to have surgery now. So I'm like, well, what else? I'm like, she's like, do you need anything? She's like, why don't you go in for a physical? Why don't you go in for, because like, well, we hit our deductible now. So like now it's paid off. So like, that's why I was going to all those doctor's appointments earlier this year.
Yeah, you might as well clear it. No, I totally get that.
Yeah, we hit our deductible. So it's like, fuck, I'm going in like, I'm like, hey, here's a suspicious mole. Like, what's that? Let's get that tested. And I did like a full blood workup.
MRI machine, says Jeremy.
Yeah. I mean, I guess fortunately, basically everything came back. Like they're like, lose some weight, but everything, this is the same thing. This is really why I was on my healthy girl era is like, they're like, dude, we can't believe everything is as good as it is. This is going to run out for you. Like you have to change. And like,
and you were like, but you just hate fat people.
No, I knew like, look,
no, you have to make it about how they're bad. Come on, Jeremy.
Right. Yeah. Right. Well, yeah. They're like, look, I mean, they're like, your blood pressure's good. We can't believe that. Your cholesterol's good. That's crazy. But like, this is gonna run out, But anyway, so like I was paying $600-700 that was the cheapest I could get health insurance for last year with no. Now, I'm going to just throw this out there. I'm going to guess that this woman has kids. Maybe not. But anyway, so she was paying $100. Does anybody in chat pay $100 a month for health insurance that isn't subsidized by your employer? I don't think anyone pays $100 a month, unless you're on like Badger Care or like some form of like. I thought they were repealing Obamacare since everything before it. Wait, since everything better before it. Yeah, I don't really even understand what Obamacare is because I'm self-employed, so I've always had to pay for my own insurance. Okay, so chat's agreeing. Yeah, no one's paying $100 a month. Okay, okay, good.
So how far is it going up for her?
You'll see.
Beginning January 1st, 2026, your monthly premium will be.
How big of a bite of food is this?
Also, like, you knew you were making this video. Why are you eating?
Yeah. The culture's just different.
That has nothing to do with health insurance. That's just a personal.
Someone in chat said, Jeremy's a millionaire. He shouldn't be talking about healthcare costs for poor people. Dude, I pay more than fucking anybody. Are you joking?
Also,
like,
if the millionaire is upset about how much he's paying, it's probably good that he's talking about it. Everyone is probably paying too much.
Yeah, I've been paying for my own. By the way, I've also been paying for my own insurance long before I had any money. When I took the plunge and quit my job to start my business, like, my wife stayed working so we would still have health insurance. And then when she could finally not like carry insurance anymore, when COVID happened and they had a shutdown, like we had to pay for our own insurance and it was still expensive as fuck then. Like, it's crazy. My mind is blown that Jeremy pays $1,300. Do you think it would be more or less than that? Because I think that's a lot. I've paid for health insurance through my job before, but I also always knew that they were paying a portion of it.
Sure.
And I think my last full-time job where I had health insurance, I was paying like $300 or $400 a month, but they were paying some chunk, and that was just for me.
Mm-hmm.
Because not that long ago, insurance companies started doing this thing where they were like, if your spouse has insurance, you have to take it. So like they basically said that. They pitched that to my dad, and he was like, well, since your wife has insurance, she has to take it, and we're not going to cover them anymore. So that's what happened to my wife. So I'm trying to get if people think $1,300 is a lot or not a lot. But that's for me and my wife, not just me. Just put $100 away a month in an account. I pay $1,296 per month for healthcare. When you put away $100 a month, like, what are you talking about?
I mean, that's good advice.
People think I pay $1,200 a year. No,
save money where you can, Jeremy.
Yeah, I pay $1,300 a month. Like, okay, it's a lot. Okay, yeah. So, all right.
Jeremy's like actually thinking he's getting scammed.
I'm like offended. No. Well, couldn't tell. I was like, okay, so people are like, holy fuck. Yes, that's per month what it costs me for health insurance. With no prior conditions, no smoking on record, no, they don't know about any of my bad habits, and it's $1,296 a month. And my wife is in perfect health until recently, but like, $1,300 sounds like a lot, but well, if you really think about it, it's $650 a month each for my wife and I.
That's still a lot.
That's what I'm saying. So the fact that she's paying $120, she should be counting her blessings.
So what is she going to pay next? $120?
Beginning January 1st, 2026, your monthly premium will be, mind you, I pay $122 right now per month. Starting January, I will be having to pay.
Get to it.
Where is it?
It's backwards.
$853.05 for health insurance.
I don't even want to know what mine is. Oh my God, that's going to give me a heart attack.
Yeah, it's going to.
Because I pay way more than $120 a month for health insurance.
Well, I think they're adjusting the bottom more than they're going to adjust, there's nobody on the planet that pays $100 a month for health insurance unless it's subsidized. So my guess is her subsidies went away. That's what I'm
a lot
guessing
of the
is the
ones that are
context we're
ending,
missing.
that were like COVID enacted are ending too. So
Yes.
there's like, it's rough times. I mean, this is one of the things impacting the shutdown for sure. But you have to enroll in health insurance before the end of the new year, right? So even if we get the government back tomorrow, I just don't think they're going to get anything fast. Like,
okay, so chat is agreeing with me. Crestview says we pay $2,000 a month with a couple of kids. Decent insurance for me was 80/20 with a $7,000 deductible. For my son and I was $1,800 a month. My husband and I paid $2,250 a month with pre-existing conditions. Okay, so I'm $1,296 is probably, I think, is a lot, but seemingly not that bad. Now I don't have any kids, so everyone who pays more than me has kids.
All of it is too much. I hate it. I hate this system.
I don't know what mine's going to go up to either. Like when you're self-employed, by the way, you should know this for your taxes, Hannah Claire. You get like a special, when you pay for your own insurance, you get a special tax credit.
Yeah.
Which allows you to write it off. I mean, it's not, I guess for me, it's a lot. You know, it's like 15 grand a year.
I mean, it matters when you're doing the calculation. I mean, probably for you too. Like if you know, because I mean, being self-employed, like any write-offs or whatever, like you have to weigh how much you potentially pay like a third or a fourth of your income in taxes anyway. So you're trying to hit a certain number in write-offs. It's just hard when you're like every month you have to pay your health insurance.
Do you know what percentage I pay in? Take a guess.
Oh, probably like 400%, 50%.
Well, yeah, not 400, but yeah, 49% of every dollar I make goes to the U.S. government. I have no kids and I use no public works or public services. That does not include my property taxes, or sales tax. 49% is what I pay in.
There's a reason that all young people like get their first paycheck, have to start paying for stuff, and they're like, taxation is theft. You're right.
Yeah, and that's with I use every trick in the book. I have a SEP IRA, which
you're
allows
right
me to write
outside
off.
the jail. I remember your tax advice.
Yeah, I'm right outside the jail. I pay 49. That's my effective. Usually after all my write-offs, my effective tax rate is still over 40%. So like,
nuts.
I have a big voice with what my government's doing with my money, and like, yeah, I mean, my wife and I were going to move before my dad died. We were going to move because it was so insane. Like, let's just say you make $1 million a year. Okay. I don't, but let's say you do. And I just moved to Tennessee. That'd be 200 grand a year more in my pocket. Just moving. That's why everyone moves there. 200, whatever. No, it's not quite that much, but it's like 50 or 60 grand per year. Like whatever Wisconsin state taxes. It was hundreds of thousands of dollars a year by the time I worked it out, moving to Nashville. If my dad wouldn't have died, I would have moved. But I was like, now I know my mom watches my show, that don't be texting me being like, oh, Jeremy, you can move. Like, but I felt weird leaving my mom alone,
Getcha. No, it's hard. I mean,
so like,
it's the calculation for a lot of people. Like, yeah, you could save money somewhere else, but your life is where you are. And so that's kind of what they're banking on, right? That you're not going to leave your family.
Yeah, well, but I'm saying like, yeah, I pay an assload in taxes. Plus I pay for health insurance. Not that I'm griping because I am blessed, but like also I am getting.
I think there has to be a place where you can be like, this is a bad system. I am able to live well, and I still think it's all too much.
Yeah, entitled nothing. Jeremy's correct. I have my own business for 7 years, paid about 40 to 42% taxes in Wisconsin. Yeah, and that's even after you take every possible. So when my government is giving, my money to these entitlement programs, I'm extra pissed. Like I'm 42% more pissed off than somebody.
More.
Yeah, percentage points, not percent more. I'm 42 basis points pissed off more than a lot of people. Yeah, so 50%. Yeah, Jeremy fucking moved. Well, here's what really happened. So my dad passed away. What was it? 2 years ago, and I felt like I was kind of at peak earnings. I was very honest with myself. Like I was like, I'm never going to earn more than I'm earning right now. So how much can I slow the fall off?
Okay.
And how long can I really so let's say I'm making, $100,000 a year. What is it going to be? It's going to be 80,000 next year. Then it'll be 75. How long can I spread that out? And so then my dad passes away, 2 years pass. Now I'm like already making less. And I'm like, am I going to care about my 49% tax rate when I'm no longer when I'm not in that tax bracket anymore. You know, at some point I'm going to be down into a normal tax bracket. And so, you know, I was like, well, am I still going to be doing the show when I'm 50? Probably not. And so now we're not really sure.
Hang out next year? Just kidding. You're not turning 50 next year.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it was, so yeah, then it's like, well, by the time, you know, and by the way, they bake that in. So like Nashville knows that, Florida knows that, Texas knows that, Montana knows that. So their real estate, like
I want West Virginia to repeal income tax so badly. It's come up like 3 or 4 times in the state legislature. They always vote it down. But I think for a state that has some challenges already for luring in business, like this would be good.
Yeah, I would strongly consider it. But then the other problem is I like having property, and these are all literal rich guy problems, but like to rebuy my property in Montana or Nashville area would be 4 to 5 times as expensive. So it's like, okay, well now I have to work extra long for that tax benefit to really pay off. Like for me to buy this property anywhere near civilization in Montana is 5 times as expensive. Like this property I'm on now is like $10 million in Montana. And it's like, well, that no amount of no income tax is going to wipe that out. Yeah. So I looked at like northwest of Nashville is still reasonably priced. But even that, like everybody's already thought about what I'm thinking about, and they thought about it 5 years ago.
Yeah, so we got to find out what the people on the cutting edge are doing and copy them.
Yeah. The like you can't move. You look at real estate in Dallas, in the DFW area. You're not getting a 30-acre plot of land anywhere near civilization out there for anything less than $10 million, 5 to 10 million.
I went to college in Dallas, and so a lot of my friends are still there. And like every year since COVID, watching, because a lot of my friends are like house buying age, it just changes. And also they move farther and farther out, you know?
Right.
Like,
yeah. You have to live an hour outside of the city now. Yeah. Right now I live fucking 12 minutes from a pretty nice hospital. If something ever happened, I live 15 minutes from Walmart or Best Buy. And like, I live 15 minutes from good food. I would not have that if I moved to Montana or like, I mean, you've been to the Beanie compound. That is a food wasteland. There are no good restaurants where Tim lives. Sure, you might have favorable taxes, but I mean, how many times can you eat at the world's worst Subway?
Right. I mean, it's all kinds of stuff. There's just like, there are not access to, like, there is like the gym, right? There's not like multiple options. I mean, you give up a lot. Now, in some cases you get land, you get other issues with Nashville and cities like that, Dallas being an example as well. It's like, you maybe get some assets, but cost of living has skyrocketed.
It washes it out. Yeah.
Right. You have to weigh what you want.
I'm wondering, chat. So when does this have you guys started seeing your new health insurance bills? Because now I'm worried how much mine's going to go up.
I just got a bunch of mail about it. I mean,
if that's 600% for her, but there's no, I mean, let's be clear. She was paying $122 a month. She was not just moved to Alaska. There's no state income tax and the property is probably cheaper. It actually isn't. And, they only have kind of 2 metro areas and everything's more expensive there. I looked at Alaska. Because I proved, so a big litmus test for me was running my business on Starlink. Because I was able to run my business on Starlink Business, which is $500 a month, but still I could run my entire business off Starlink. That suddenly opened up basically the whole world to me. So like I started considering moving to the Dominican or, to me, Alaska, Montana, Nevada, they're all the same to me. They're all like, I'm just moving to someplace.
Get a tan, guys. He wants to be on a beach.
I don't care about moving to Florida for any. You know what I mean? Like, it's all a place where I'm moving where I know nobody, and I'll have to start completely over. So Montana, Nebraska, or Montana, Tennessee, Alaska, I think Wyoming, Florida, Texas. These are all no state income tax places.
Yeah.
Take Florida and Texas off the list because property's outrageous. I'm not willing to move to a smaller property. Take Nashville area off the list. Tennessee kind of off the list. Tennessee's not. You can still get some good property, but you got to get pretty far out.
Yeah.
And so then now you're down to like Montana, or I'm sorry, Montana's priced out. unless you want to live, like if you want, like I wanted to live near Bozeman. Like I live near a Bozeman now, a Bozeman type area. I mean, it's $1 million for a house that's next to another house that you could pass a cup of sugar between the two. So you can't move to Montana unless you have like Tim Pool money. So it was kind of down to just a few states, and it was, you know, Montana has income tax. Montana has income tax, but no sales tax, I think it was.
There's something else offsetting it.
It was something that Montana was on my list. I think like it's like Delaware. What's the state? What are all the states?
Delaware has all kinds of stuff. It's like a tax shelter in the U.S. Wyoming is similar. Wyoming has all kinds of stuff where it's like, it's good for businesses. I know a bunch of crypto wanted to move out to.
Wyoming was on my list, and still kind of is. That's like South Dakota's kind of my list too. Like there's some, like South Dakota's basically a wasteland too, but there are some metro centers. Like, you know, if I have kids, I don't want my kids to live in the middle of nowhere and not have any friends, or like, you know.
Well, and like you don't want to spend 3 hours driving them to like soccer practice,
right?
You know?
Yeah. Moved to Kansas outside of Wichita. Land is dirt cheap, but I have I'm moving for the tax shelter. So New Hampshire was one, but I was like, that you can't get property there.
New Hampshire's expensive. New Hampshire, like
Alaska, the same thing. Like property near civilization is very expensive, and actually cost of living is crazy high there because everything's very expensive to get shipped there. And again, like people are like, well, Florida and Alaska, these are very different climates. I don't give a shit about the climate. Like I have winter. I have Alaska for 5 months out of the year where I live now, so it doesn't matter.
I have winter
to me.
at home.
Yeah, I'm not trying to move away from winter. Florida, property's too expensive. Texas, property's too expensive. Tennessee, property's too expensive. Nevada, now that I'm starting to care about heat. It's very hot for 3 German Shepherds. Like I can't have 3 German Shepherds where they can't be outside. Like it would drive me crazy. Florida, again, too expensive. So it kind of is like South Dakota is kind of tickling my fancy right now. Washington is beautiful, but it's a liberal hellhole.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're trying to. Or no, Oregon's trying to break up. But Washington's pretty dominated by Seattle. Yeah.
Yeah. So like South Dakota or Wyoming, I'm still considering it. But right now I feel like there's a lot of financial uncertainty. We don't really know what AI is going to look like. You know, we don't really know what our future will look like, you know, from a show's perspective right now. So
also you are happy, like you have a community where you are. It's hard to like, you can't really put a price tag on it. Maybe it is ultimately worth moving away, but like, I don't know. It's hard to relocate constantly and put down new roots. I understand that beyond the financial reasons, like hesitancy to move.
Yeah. I mean, if I was on the upswing from a earning perspective, you know, it would be a lot easier for me. But like, I know where I'm at. Like I'm in a mature business. I'm like cutting costs right now. I'm not investing. I'm trying to like hang on. Jeremy has a bowling team. Yeah. I'd have to find a whole new bowling league.
What if your new place doesn't have one? I mean, it's serious sacrifice.
I am very like, I actually don't care about almost anything. I just like working. So like, if I didn't have a bowling league, I'd find something else to like.
I'm sorry. Mrs. LeCordering has baking days that she needs to maintain. I guess she can make new friends, but
yeah, she could.
I just like working.
Yeah. Wyoming is like waking up every morning to a sandblasted, to being sandblasted, very windy.
So your skin would always be exfoliated. Interesting.
Yeah. I don't see that as a problem because I'm not outside very much. You know, I don't.
I like working and being indoors.
Yeah. Yeah. Wyoming is tough because it's very, very, I mean, you can get an assload of property there, but like it is very, very,
like, what are you going to do with
rural.
it? Not like Wyoming probably is beautiful and there's like people have good architecture, but I think about like Utah too. Like Utah has like lots of deserts in some area. If you're looking for trees, there are places you don't go.
Yeah. Since Jeremy should be worried about investing, especially for retirement. I am investing. I have my wife still has her 401k and I have, an IRA and cash reserves and stuff like that. So, Jeremy, I forgot about West Virginia. I forgot you don't like the subway. Oh, I forgot you don't like. Oh, what about West Virginia? Oh, I forgot you don't like the subway. Well, West Virginia isn't a tax shelter. It's not a tax-free
They should
area.
consider becoming one. Contact your legislator, your
West Virginia
representative.
is my type of climate too.
Mhm.
You know, so that'd be interesting. Speaking of, let's get back on topic here. Because now I'm like, I should look up, maybe I should work with the chat and we should look for property in Wyoming right now.
It'd be a fun game.
Washington is so beautiful. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I could
Gorgeous.
really get a beautiful property there.
Mhm.
And I could probably I mean, look, I live in a lib state.
I already do that, says Jeremy.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So like, I already deal with liberals. My governor is like one of the biggest lib cucks ever. Like that, if I'm already dealing with that, not having to pay state income tax would be all right.
Yeah.
You know? What do you make of this? Parents are now beginning to take their kids out of New York City schools just minutes after Zohran Mamdani's mayoral win. Also, his did you see how he was almost immediately after winning mayoral election, he started asking for money again?
Yes.
What a hilarious, I mean, actually, let's bring up that because that's so funny to me.
It's a good lead in here.
Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, like he literally, and then his tweet got like 400,000 likes. It's because the money that's flowing into Mamdani is not coming from New Yorkers.
No.
Like, you have this dumb broad, listen to this lady.
Sharia law starts now. Absolutely. So
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely, Sharia law. Okay, go say that. Go be uncovered in Saudi Arabia and be yelling slurs in the street.
That's the
Tell them-
thing. Like, I bet she identifies as a feminist. She's making fun of something that actually, I would argue, is oppressing a ton of women in the Middle East.
Yeah, it is. I'm trying to find this video. Oh, what? There's so many videos dunking.
And it's not Kristen Stewart oppression where she's like, we're succeeding, but not as much as I want to be. It's actual oppression.
Yeah, I think I bookmarked because it was so wild. I was like, he didn't even wait 24 hours, and he's like, hey, I could use some more money, please.
It's also amazing because he's like, I
Here we
don't
go.
want to like ruin it, but
Here. 400,000 likes, by the way.
Mhm.
He didn't even get that many votes. Wait, did he? How many votes did he get? Look it up while I play this. Yeah. He's got it like well edited. And he's like, hey guys, I'm this cheeky cool guy.
Good morning, New York City. Thank you. Last night we made history.
Last
Today
night.
we begin the
Yeah.
work of making a new administration.
The next morning he's on the...
Welcome to the transition. This is the period over the next few months where we build a city hall that delivers on the promises of our
Out of
campaign.
focus.
To make New York City affordable and to make government accountable to the people it serves. As we prepare to govern, we'll start announcing the leaders who will help implement our agenda. People like deputy mayors who oversee entire areas of government and the commissioners.
Why is he leaning out like that? Just like
So you can see
reframe
the
it.
city?
They're like, here, I got a great idea. Film it like this. Like
Maybe
it's
he's got scoliosis and this is their reveal.
yeah.
Carry out the critical work of city agencies. These appointments will be driven by excellence, integrity,
He got
and
just
hunger
over 1
to
million
solve
votes. And
Okay.
Cuomo got just over 850,000.
Okay.
old problems with new solutions. Talking to organizers on the front lines of the fight to improve our city, government veterans with proven track records, policy experts from around the country and the world, and working people who know better than anyone what our neighborhoods deserve. And this will be a period, like the campaign we ran and the city hall to come, defined by transparency. Because New Yorkers deserve a government they can trust. On January 1st, I will be your mayor. New Year's Day.
That's a
and
threat.
new
That's a
era for
threat.
the city.
Yeah.
Oh, and one more thing.
Yeah, here we go.
Remember how I told you a few months ago to stop sending us money? You can start again. This transition requires staff.
The next
Remember
morning.
I made a big deal out of something? But actually it turns out I need your money.
Yeah, I think I was like, hey, I suddenly need that money again to pay for all my, and by the way, everybody on his mayoral transition team is a socialist woman. I think it's funny, like, listen to this. He now admits he won't be able to fund his socialist plans.
She hasn't endorsed all your funding plans yet.
No, but she has said that this is of immense importance to her. And what I've said time and again is the funding plans I've put forward are the ones I think are most straightforward and direct. And also if there's
His funding plans are tax the billionaires, tax the billionaires.
another means by which to raise the funding, the most important thing is that we actually fund this thing.
So he's already off that. He's already off. We're going to tax the billionaires because obviously the governor is funded by billionaires. They didn't want that. And then he's already off defund the police.
Concerning like defunding the police, you obviously don't believe that anymore, right?
Yes, I've said that very clearly.
Said that time and again, right?
That we're not.
Anything to clarify? I mean,
dude, like it's the next morning. Yeah, we won't be defunding the police. Yeah, we need money.
I was talking symbolically. I wasn't saying we're actually gonna do it. Municipal grocery stores. That's just like in our hearts, not in this on the streets.
Right. Yeah, we're not gonna have municipal grocery stores. We're not. Here's what New Yorkers reacting to it.
Did he win, by the way?
He won.
They chose the knucklehead, so we're gonna pay for it.
What happens if he opens up the government-run grocery stores?
I'm not with it.
Oh, you don't like the government-run grocery stores?
No.
$30 minimum wage. Can you explain how that might affect businesses?
We're going to hell. It's over.
How are they gonna make payroll? It's just about all the policy that he's trying.
Not a single white person interviewed in this video. Or no, I think there was one.
Workers and the taxes. It's not good.
The minimum wage doesn't help the worker. It just helps the system. Pay more money, more taxes, prices go up.
Overnight, half
here's
will go
one.
out of business.
Well, I'm in a blue state. I'm
Overnight, half of my
sorry,
business.
but I've been red my whole life. Democrats have always ruined, steal, rob, and lie.
Any thoughts on having him for 4 years?
What I can do is just swallow and try to face it, but it's not easy. We're cooked. We're on the way to becoming a communist state.
The city's in trouble. We're in trouble.
Good luck.
Okay, so most of those people are local business owners. They have brick and mortar in this state. Like they just have to deal with it. But to loop back to the article you were showing before from the New York Post, there are tons of wealthy New Yorkers who, some of them saw it coming, but the article talks to an educational consultant who was like, as soon as he won, I had parents calling me being like, we're going to leave the city. What fancy private school can you help us get our kid into? Which means the money is leaving the state. Like it's the working class who's going to suffer the most, because a lot of times the wealthy will just flee.
Well, because they have the means.
And like, I'm not faulting them for that at all. Like,
oh no, I wasn't saying you were. Yeah.
Yeah.
Stop yelling at me, Hannah Claire.
It's okay. We're friends here.
Stop blaming the poor.
No, I feel for them. Like, but a lot of them are just going to have to deal with this guy as he runs
for 4 years
into the ground. 4 years. Like the bodega owner there who's like, well, I'm just going to have to like grit my teeth and bear it, I guess.
Yeah, I'm already living paycheck to paycheck. What are you going to do about it? I can't do anything about it. Mm-hmm. By the way, I want to remind people, if you're watching today, please do, if you enjoy the show, click that subscribe or follow button. We're live Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern. And then on Fridays at 1 Eastern, it's just Lone Wolf Show, just me.
Lone Wolf Cast.
Yeah, Lone Wolf Cast on Fridays. What are the odds? Do you think Zohran Mamdani finishes his 4-year term?
I guess I would assume yes. I guess you could potentially see him taken out if they're really bad. I don't know what it takes to impeach a mayor in New York. What do you think? You think they're going to try and pull him?
I think he'll have a huge scandal. Yeah, I think
what kind of scandal?
Well, he'll be. Well, look, the guy. I mean, clearly, it's literally the next morning. I mean, I don't know if you saw this, but like, in one of the most hilarious like moments, he like Hassan Piker helped get him elected. He was live streaming for 72,000 people, and he's like, "Nah, player, you can't come into my VIP party." Like, this guy is one of the biggest frauds ever.
Promises from the beginning.
Yeah, making enemies.
Actually, it's not even the beginning, because he doesn't go into office until the 1st of January.
Yeah, I mean, he is going to have, like, the Democrats will get him out. I think my prediction is it will happen right around the midterms or right after the midterms, after Republicans who are not dumb will expertly use this idiot's failure against every other Democrat. Just like they did about the trans shit, they're going to be like, look at this guy. Trump tweeted it yesterday. I promise you it's going to be on t-shirts and bumper stickers. Do you want communism or do you want common sense? Like, that is going to be what Republicans who are smart are going to say. They're going to point at the crime rates in New York. They're going to point at, the mass exodus of wealth. This is one of the things that, like, I always want literally any one of these communist LARPers to ask, like, their whole, like, Bernie Sanders, like, millionaire. Remember when it was like, first it was billionaires, then it was millionaires and billionaires, or when he became a millionaire, then it was just billionaires. Mm-hmm. But it's like, do you guys know that you are not going to just tax billionaires?
Right.
That's not how this works.
No, we only tax them. Everyone else is fine.
Yeah. Even if you had a system in which you could tax billionaires effectively, you would destroy, they would just make sweeping cuts and they would push AI, they would cut costs, and it would just further accelerate what's going to happen to the middle class in 2026 to 2028 is going to be devastating. And I don't know that, and this is going to be something that whoever runs for office, whoever runs, for political office in the next, in the midterms is going to have to reckon with. Like, that's going to be a question. Like, 5 million Americans have been laid off due to AI by the time the midterms come around. How do they answer that?
Right.
Don't they think it's going to be worse when you're like, well, let's make it harder on the billionaires? They'll just leave and they'll take all their employees with them. They're not going to not be billionaires. They're just going to be like, nah, we'll just. Dave Portnoy already said this. Dave Portnoy tweeted, I'm going to take Barstool out of New York City because fuck this guy.
Right.
Well, that's 1,600 or 500 employees in New York. Plus, that's 500 probably millionaires. And plus the business is located there. So right. I don't know how he's set up financially, but he's sure as hell not going to get taxed there.
Right. I mean, what would be the incentive? Also, in cases like this with Zoran, like you can see it coming. It's not like you can implement whatever tax on the billionaire before at least a lot of them have the chance to pivot away.
Right.
So what is the game plan here? It seems like it's not well thought out to me, but I guess they're running on like socialism's never been tried and we should try it.
Well, this time it's going to work, Hannah Claire. Stop being a naysayer. Real
very
socialism,
negative as a person.
Yeah, real socialism has never happened. Here's kind of a story that was taken over. I'm going to read some super chats. I want to talk about this story about NFL player that killed himself last night. It's a pretty crazy story. Over on Rumble. By the way, again, if you are, let me give before we read the super chats, let me give one last shout out option for shout outs here. Tell the people where they can find your content, Hannah Claire. By the way, everyone, I'm really thankful that you're tuning in. We've had great shows all week. 16, 17, 18,000 tuning in every day. We're really glad you're here. Make sure you follow the channel. Click through if you're watching on the homepage. Click on the quartering, follow it. Or if you're on YouTube or Twitch or whatever, make sure you follow it so you get notified. And then, make sure you go over to, you can find Hannah Claire B on Rumble and YouTube. And she's HannahClaire.B on Instagram. And you can find me at The Quartering News on Instagram. Really hope that you guys will support. I just did your shout out for you.
No, I appreciate it. I was just going to say, subscribing to this channel in particular is good in case there's any changes in like the lineup or something like that. If you're used to finding us by being on the homepage, you're going to want to subscribe so you're directed to the videos and stuff. No, I'm not saying anything's changing, just in case. Yeah, we might go to the 1 Central time slot. Like that's up. And I do want, I'm going to make a offer out there too. You can talk directly to me in our members chat room by going to thequartering.com/join or joining Rumble Premium using my link in the description below. If you use my link in the description to sign up for Rumble Premium, we get half of that money and it supports the show. Then you can just email me and I'll add you. Or you could go to thequartering.com/join right now and then you get to pitch topics for the show, talk directly to me, and we could really use your support. It's really, really important. Like the people that join Rumble Premium using our code or on thequartering.com, that money, it's $6, but it goes so far when you can get, a couple hundred people to sign up. So hopefully you'll go there. And the Discord have a direct impact on our lives by doing that.
You literally pick the topics for the show and you don't have to, like people like, I don't want to download Discord. You don't have to, you can just open it up on a web app like this. And once you join, you can go into the chat. You can message me directly. You can see all the people here. It's just a chat room. And we had a costume contest there. But you can go here to the members chat and talk to me. You can submit your show topics. You just click around and you talk. That's all. And or you can go into the general and see all the stuff going on there. Thequartering.com/join. Please do jump in today. Now, I wanted to, hopefully we can get a couple hundred people in there by the end of the month. I kind of stopped pushing it for a while, but it's $6 a month, but it goes flipping miles. Weird Robot says, just like you guys talked about MTG earlier, running for Prez, but not really wanting to be Prez, Do you think Mamdani was doing the same thing, but fucked around and won? No, I think Mamdani always thought he was going to win.
Yeah. I think he wanted to do it.
Yeah, he basically he was running unopposed.
Mm-hmm. And I think being the mayor of New York, like, I mean, socially, it's really going to boost his star, right? It makes him elite in a lot of ways, and that's probably enough for him. I think he has always known that he's going to have to pay the piper on his promises, but he's just going to kick it down the line for as long as he can.
Yeah, he'll kick the can. I mean, AOC hasn't ever delivered on anything.
Right.
Excuse me.
She's kept her seat for a long time, so
that's what I mean. She hasn't
maybe
delivered
that's
on
not what
anything.
we need in New York.
Yeah. Our starting to say, if the story's about Colin Kaepernick, I'm sure it was a grift. It's not about Colin Kaepernick. Weird Robot said, I got that one. Yeah, and by the way, hard push. I know a lot of people like, hey, they got their hand out right now and money's tight for everybody. So if you're not in a position to join as a member, I get it. But if you are, please take the plunge today. Even if you don't give a shit about the group chat and you just want to support the show, like that will give us more budget to have, more co-host hours and all that kind of stuff, and to grow the show. And so hopefully you'll jump in today. Hickory Chip says he gets recalled in a few years. Yes, see, I agree. There'll be a recall election, I think, right around the midterms, and I think he's going to get pulled. Mad Max says the Islamo-communist mirror will be the best real-time 24/7 advertisement from MAGA on the 2026 midterms. I agree. I 100% agree.
I definitely think you'll feel this effect down race. And I think it's also going to be interesting. Like, look, I know Seattle just had their mayoral race, but any other big city, look at San Francisco or anything else, like who's going to step up to the plate when their election runs out? I don't know. I don't know how popular socialism is going to be after a couple of years of Zoran Mamdani.
Yeah. Jackson says, I live in Vancouver. It's wonderful, except for Portland and Californian transplants. If you go to the eastern side of the state, it's even better. Consider Tri-Cities area closer to the Idaho border. Okay. Hey, that's good feedback. Valor Chris says, fellow Wisconsinite, $5 for the fact that Tony the Tyrant isn't seeking re-election. I know. God, he's been the worst. He won his election. He literally won his election by promising to legalize marijuana, and he never even did it.
Tony
He never even did that.
Right?
No, he's done now. Thank God. I will personally try to get TPUSA on the ground here to get us a based governor. David Dorr says, move to Kansas outside of Wichita. I think I got that one. And then see if there's anything on YouTube. There is one from Lyman to Coconut says, just moved to Alaska. No, oh yeah, I already read that one, I think. This is a crazy story. So this is dispatch audio from Frisco police, by the way, said they found this guy. He killed himself inside of a portalet following a police pursuit. His girlfriend said that she received a, quote, concerning message from her boyfriend saying he was ending it all. This guy had a defensive touchdown on Sunday. I know you don't.
Yeah. When I got the news alert about it,
he's
it
not
was
some bum. He had a
NFL
best game of his career.
dies after scoring first touchdown, or days after scoring first touchdown. That is crazy.
24 years old,
Why
killed
was he
himself.
in a police pursuit though?
I think because he said, I'm going to kill myself, and then they probably called the police. I think that's what happened.
Every once in a while you hear about someone who's involved in some other kind of crime, but that's even crazier.
No, not. I mean, maybe it'll come out later.
Talking to the girlfriend, she's trying to call his agent, so we're trying to get him to call him first. But she's saying he is armed and has a history of mental illness, and her quote was, "He will end it all."
So she called 911.
Good copy. You probably ran back to the car to get the gun.
Oh, and he wrecked the car. So he wrecked the car trying to escape police.
If she calls him, we'll let you know. Good copy.
I mean,
all right, y'all do me a favor. Everybody stay with a buddy. Don't go looking alone. This guy is armed.
President, they just received a text from him, a group text from him saying goodbye. They're concerned for his welfare. They do not have a key to the apartment.
He's not in the apartment.
David said that copy. I advised on this call. We were just out there. There's nobody at the apartment. I'll contact him by phone.
We have a lieutenant calling in from Plano advising that the NFL is calling Plano PD and the subject is texting his family goodbye.
EPS 111, there's a porta potty on the south side of that building.
40, we got eyes on it. That's pretty much right exactly where 118 drew the circle. Y'all see a heat from that?
They're looking at a heat map or flare, yeah.
Yeah, 111. We got good eyes on. Looks like the door's open. Red liquid coming out from it.
Yeah.
Just want to go ahead and work this safely before we have any officers approach. So let's just
Red liquid.
Let's get in a red team and kind of go through this safely and tactically. I believe we got eyes on a drone right there. Still got eyes on this whole door, but we didn't see any movement.
So he just killed himself, like crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, and like he just had like.
What are the extenuating circumstances? He crashed a car and then decided or he was like already in crisis.
He was already in a crisis. Yeah. He was already in crisis, texting people. So I think that's when he, people are saying it's CTE. I don't know. It's pretty early for CTE, but it's not impossible. But,
and he's been playing since high school,
maybe Pop Warner might have been playing since he was, 4th, 5th grade, so it's possible. But yeah, I mean, just a horrible, and, this is one of those things where like, just like cancer, kind of like mental health doesn't really give a shit about like how much money you make or, any of this kind of stuff. Like this guy was presumably a millionaire or on his way to being a millionaire, just had the best game of his NFL career. Probably had a, good looking girlfriend.
Your name's out there. It's a big deal. I mean, I can't imagine.
His mom had died just before the 2024 draft. And he said, I just management. She helped me a lot in my younger years. I'd always had the dream. I always told her I'm going to go be NFL. So I don't know, like, I don't know what led to this, but they say he had a history of mental health issues. I don't know. It's just a sad.
Just sad.
Yeah. Harsartis, does anyone know where Snake Plissken is? I think he's already escaped New York. Wait, my bad. I forgot he is not rerunning. Oh, you're talking about, Steve Eisner says the governor can unseat the mayor in New York. So if Elise Stefanik wants to get elected governor in 2026, she will go after Mamdani big time. He will be fucked. That's true too.
Yeah.
And then
that's the other one with New York. Like, so does this inspire even worse in a gubernatorial race? I think Kathy Hochul can run again. I'm not totally sure. And I don't think she would ever. I would be surprised if she challenged Zoran Mamdani. You would need the stars to align for that one.
Yeah. There's one more video I wanted to go over here. The Chaos Suit says New York City gets what it voted for. Mamdani is killing intelligence and nobody opposed him. He's constituting asinine socialism near obliteration. Yeah, I got to admit, to my viewers in New York, I feel really bad. To the people that did not vote for him, I feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
But honestly, like, this is great for Republicans. Not because, like, I know that's kind of cold-hearted, but like, I mean, they're going to be able to use this guy as a cudgel against every Democrat in every position. It doesn't matter. Like, not every Democrat was a radical trans person, and the Republicans used it to beat them in the election. They use it to beat them in the Senate seats and in the government, in the presidential seat.
Right.
So they're going to use Mamdani and his socialist past and his ties to Hamas and, all this crap. They're going to use this to win elections if they're smart. We'll see.
Some of it, I think, is just like how well can they manage their messaging. Like, you could have the intention, but you can't always present it correctly.
Now, I saved this for the end because I know it's very divisive for our crowd, but like, I noticed like Candace Owens yesterday basically wrongfully accused of some poor kid, and like she sicked her entire fan on this kid yesterday, saying he looks suspicious, that he must have been involved in Charlie Kirk's assassination. Turns out no, he's just a soccer player for Utah Valley, and he was forced to reply to her tweet and be like, "Hey, can you guys stop saying I murdered Charlie Kirk, please? I was there attending this with me and my teammate." And like, I even muted Candace because I just can't. Like, she gets me so irrationally angry all the time. Like,
She just said he looks suspicious.
Yeah, well, she did. Here, like 92 degrees and sunny reminds me of the Umbrella Man in JFK assassination. And then she's like, "Well, here's a better picture of him." 20,000 likes, and he's like, "Hey guys, it's me. My teammate and I were on campus to get food and stop by the event. We always wear silly stuff like this. Sorry, guys." Like, and then be like, "Why did you kill Charlie?" I'm so, so I'm sure this guy was harassed into oblivion. And then yesterday, she now finally has basically directly said TPUSA was involved in Charlie's assassination and is covering it up.
Of grief. The one they don't tell you about is when you get beyond all the stages.
I think she's going to get sued for this.
Accept that this person is not coming back.
I could be wrong. She does word things carefully, but I want to let her words play so I don't misrepresent her. Because people are always like, "She didn't say that." Okay, we'll see.
About everything. I'm there. Everything they are telling us is crazy town. Okay. I wake up.
Who's they, by the
and
way?
I learn something new and I get angry. I'm so angry. I'm taking it out on the team. I'm like, "No, this does not make any sense. I can't explain to you why it doesn't make sense because I went through Turning Point USA, but every little micro change is sending me in this moment."
Oh,
it's
really?
A very personal thing. I know how Turning Point operates.
Her whole thing is like, she said, well, she insinuates that Turning Point set Charlie Kirk up to be assassinated because they only planned this event 2 months ahead of time instead of 6 months ahead of time. Even though people have come out to say, "Oh no, this is how we did it." And then people who spoke with Charlie at that event were like, no, he asked me 2 months before. This is totally normal. This is what she's implicating.
Events, things that the world does not know, I have been privy to. And that's why I said, you know what, let's actually scour through my emails. I was like, Savannah, let's just go back so that we can share these things with the world, that you guys can join me in my frustration of wanting to punch anybody in the face. Okay. So yesterday we had mentioned to you that the timeline is absolutely absurd. Okay.
It isn't, by the way.
Absolute absurdity of Turning
It's absurd because it was planned on
only 2 months ahead of time. Yeah. Yeah. And it's, of course, Turning Point has come out and said, like, no, this isn't absurd at all. Here's all the paper. But anyway,
as we learned,
that doesn't matter.
Received a request from Charlie, from UVU, for Charlie to speak on their campus in mid-July. Okay, just a few weeks before he dies. In mid-July, they get a request.
So obviously, she's implicating that. Wow, this is so crazy. And by the way, just a few weeks is 8 weeks, 2 months.
Can Charlie speak on campus? And
it's a
mid-July
school, right?
to mid-August to mid-September, 2 full months ahead of time. That's not crazy.
Well, like, it's a school, so it doesn't seem that crazy to me that they would be like planning something closer to the start of school.
Right. Well, they're not going to plan for him to be there in June when school's not open.
Mm-hmm.
Then they immediately approve that request and they schedule it as his first stop some 6 weeks
Watch
later.
her face too. She's like, yeah.
That has never happened in the history of my having done campus tours. Okay.
She doesn't know that. She hasn't been involved in TPUSA for years. But anyway, go on.
This was a tour stop. And you literally get these requests months before you start sorting through.
Yeah, they got it 2 months before.
Them. I mean, I'm going to show you the real proof so you can grasp how atypical the setup is. Okay. Charlie and I went on tour
So she shares this email, which again, just because they planned their tour a few months in advance does not mean anything.
April of 2024 together. We actually also split doing certain locations because they want to do as many locations all over the United States as possible. And April of 2024 is when our campus events began.
This is all irrelevant. Okay, I want to get to where she makes the accusation.
Sure. Let me know. These are pending availability and approval. University of North and the University and early. Okay. in October of 2023.
So, by the way, maybe UNC Chapel Hill, which is obviously a bigger university, maybe they want more time to plan stuff. Just because they took one event in 2024 and that one event was planned 3 months ahead of time, and this one was only 2 months ahead of time, Candace Owens is implying that that's weird.
Because there was one fewer month than the last time.
Correct.
You guys, when we go back and we look at the calendar and we see that request went out in mid-July, it drives me insane. It just screams at me that this was an inside job, okay?
She's claiming that Turning Point USA killed Charlie Kirk.
Because of a 1 month. That's.
What else does an inside job mean? It means it was. What is inside? It's Turning Point USA.
I thought she was going to be like, yeah, that tour was planned 6 months ahead of time. But when it's like 3 months versus 2 months, but are we talking about like 10 weeks versus 12 weeks? Like what? You know what I mean? Like
you left out all her context. Every Candace Tard always says that there's all this extra context. There's not. She said the one event that she planned was a little bit longer. This one is still planned 2 months in advance. So therefore, she is now sure that this was an inside job. So now Turning Point USA killed Charlie Kirk.
But why?
This was always a circumstance. This was not a special thing that happened. They would always say they would get requests in spring that they couldn't make happen, and then they would sort of roll them over and revisit those campuses, trying to hit all of the corridors of the United States the following semester, which would be in the fall. They would go backwards. You don't instantly get approved for an event at Turning Point USA. It reeks of an inside job.
That's the second time she called it an inside job. Again, that's saying Turning Point had him killed. What other references it
be?
Right. She's fucking insane. That's the motivation. This is going to get her sued. Like you can't like, what do you mean inside job? Well, the only inside is Turning Point USA. She cannot wiggle out of this. Now she's directly implied that Turning Point USA had Charlie Kirk assassinated.
You said you thought she was going to get sued. Do you think Turning Point's going to sue her?
Of course. Like, I'm sure Turning Point is sick of having to, like, basically run PR response to every crazy bullshit thing this woman said. Basically, everybody inside, like, I think now they have to sue her. Because now they're like, oh, well, Turning Point USA killed him. Oh, it was this poor soccer player in a green hoodie. He was involved in it. I
feel really bad for that guy. That guy is clearly
just some
maybe
nerd
a little high
at school
and trying to get a snack, you know?
Here's Charlie Kirk texting Allie Beth Stuckey August 22nd, inviting her to speak at the campus event on 11/3. What? Wait, that's only like 5 weeks. That's crazy. That's never happened before. Turning Point USA plans things years in advance. Like, it is so fucking crazy that, like, she's finally, everything up until this point, I think she's kind of given herself plausible deniability. At this point, Turning Point, again, now Turning Point is forced to issue this, where she made another crazy claim that Candace attempted to connect rechartering of this chapter. This random Turning Point chapter in Nebraska. Try to tie it with some private plane in Lincoln, Nebraska that was set. So now they have to issue a statement. Like, Turning Point has got to be sick of having to. I'm not saying everything the FBI said is true, which is every Candace Tard has said that. Like, so you believe the FBI? No, I'm just saying that Candace is wrong. And like now Turning Point's having to issue press releases because every crazy thing she's saying, like, she's going to end up getting sued. And she only has herself to blame. Like, literally, I don't know who else she could blame. Jay Blaze says, thanks for a solid Hannah Claire week, partially socializing Rumble to prepare more for my future. All right, cool. Good. I think that means you're going to create content.
To be here this week.
Yeah.
Although I miss Melanie, to be fair. I hope she enjoys summer camp.
Whoa. Blizzy just gifted 50 Rumble premium subs, by the way.
No way. That's cool.
I think that's like $250 that he just paid for people that have no ads on YouTube, on Rumble for the next month.
That's
so
cool.
Everyone, if you just got a free Rumble premium, make sure you follow Jay Blizzy and you Very, very cool.
Thank you.
Dude, that's crazy.
You can't do
Thank
that
you.
on YouTube, right? That's a Rumble specific feature.
You can gift memberships on YouTube, I think. I think you can. Same thing, but yeah, we have a much, YouTube. I'm glad that people are tuned in, but our home is here on Rumble where there's 17,100 people watching us right now. Whether if you're just tuning in and you're like hoping to see somebody else live or whatever, I don't know where everybody is this week, but we've been doing our job. So make sure you follow us. Click through. Don't depend us to be on the homepage. Click through, follow the channel. Click on the quartering. We're live Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. Eastern, and then Fridays at 1 p.m. Eastern. And we have literally not missed a day in over 2 years. Did you know that, Hannah Claire?
Well, I haven't been with you for 2 years, but at least this year, I feel like we haven't missed a day.
Since you've been on the show, we've never missed a day, but since I started streaming, I have not missed one single day in over 2 years of streaming.
Crazy.
So, growing on Rumble is important to me.
I did Simcast the other weekend with Chrissy Mayer.
Yeah.
And she made log in, and per our thing, like I was there early and I had my lights on and I was waiting, and she came in a little bit late and she was like, "Oh, you're here early." And I was like, I guess I've been conditioned. Like there are rules when you go on Quartercast.
Yeah, we run a tight ship here, and we're glad that you all tune in.
Mm-hmm.
PJ Strader said, I agree. Kami Mamdani is a great opportunity for Republicans come midterms, but they're so distracted by tards like James Lindsay and Candace Owens. It's deflating and concerning. I agree. I hope that just wears away. We've got a lot of time.
I think that's true for online conservatives, and they matter too. But I wonder if, like, you are not on X, how many of these people are following this, right?
Right.
Candace does get a ton of viewers on her stuff, and I'm not trying
It's
to
massive. She's
undercut her
massive.
at all.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people, I think, miss some of the infighting that we get fixated on because we're internet directed.
Steve Eisner says, Jeremy's 100% correct. Candace basing everything on when she was there 3 years ago, but companies change operations all the time and they get bigger, so she knows nothing about TPUS, what they do today. Thank you. Yes, I agree. I am correct. Forced Name Change says, Candace's idea of investigation is develop a conclusion, then work backwards, interpret discoveries to fit to fit this conclusion. Effing tarded, hard R, retarded. Yeah, I'm glad that some people are kind of waking up. Like, I think I mean, it's like you've had your fun, but like, are you trying to get this guy acquitted at this point? Like, let's wait and see. The best thing that could happen is the trial could start very soon for Tyler Robinson. And I don't think we're going to get that. I think we're into next year for sure before his trial is going to start, which is frustrating. But he says, no, I'm just a humble Jeremy fan, but more so Hannah Claire, Mrs. Classy. It was a good week despite all they do. Well, I thank you. And we thank you for helping offset Hannah Claire's salary.
Yeah, you guys keep me here by doing stuff like this.
Jeremy, are you bringing back advent calendars? You know what? I could tell you a secret. We only had 500 boxes left, and I don't think we're ever going to do it again. But not only did we bring them back, we doubled the amount of product in them. And I just put them up today. So if you want to, let me see if the link is live. So we doubled the coffee, the amount of coffee, because people are like, oh, I got it and I wanted it for, my spouse and I, or I really like this and I kind of wanted to. So we doubled the amount of product and we left it at the same price. Let me see if it's still on, if it's up. I don't know if you can order it yet, but I just put it up today. So there's double the stuff in it, and there's only 500 of them. That's all we have left of the boxes that we printed. And since I'm doing the fulfillment myself, 500 is it. So yeah, 97 reviews, perfect 5 stars. Everybody who got it last year loved it. And this year, I kept the price the same, and I doubled the amount of stuff in it. So it is up there. And the gift boxes, I think, are live too. And there are also only 500 of those. That's all I'm doing. Like, because I have to ship it, You're like,
I don't want to package so many of these.
Yeah, this is the link to the Advent. And an email is going to go out on Friday, and I think we're going to sell out before Black Friday. So if you bought one last year and you want it, the new, better one, and then this year, our holiday gift box is also here. So we got the velvety hot cocoa with the new package. We've got our golden coffee scoop, cocoa scoop, chocolate covered espresso beans, our medium roast, and our peppermint bark. Also, only 500 of those available too. Because they're expensive to ship. We don't make a lot of money on them, but people like them. So,
but Jeremy loves Christmas, so he's doing it anyways.
Yeah, but yeah, you'll get each gift. Each box will have one gray beard hair from my beard
Hey,
in
Ted
it.
Kaczynski, very weird.
What? You don't want one of my beard hairs?
No. But maybe other people do. If that's your thing, that's fine.
Yeah. I feel like we're like Rumble still accidentally left us on the homepage and we have like 20,000 people watching right now. By the way, if you just tuned in or if they haven't taken us off yet, we are live Monday through Friday, 2 Eastern, Monday through Thursday at 2 Eastern, and Fridays at 1 Eastern. You don't. All I ask is that you follow the show, and it's free to follow the channel. You know, you don't have to join the members chat. You don't have to buy the coffee, although I think you should. The gift box.
Look, you could do a lot of things, but bare minimum, follow the channel. At least then you know where we are.
This gift box is so good. I would sell the hell out of it on Amazon, but Amazon takes 30%, and that's we only make like $15 on it. So I can't we make like $15 on it. So I do it so that people get to, sample our coffee and give it as a gift, and hopefully they turn into customers down the road. But I can't ship thousands of them. I could sell thousands of them on Amazon, but I would be losing because Amazon takes $30 plus a fee on top of that. So it's just, it's not great. That is not spendy. I'm also going to do a Kona for like coffee heads. I'm going to do a Kona bundle for Christmas too.
Are you going to put it in a stocking?
Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. Yeah. Giving
you some complicated ideas. I'm going to set expectations on a project they don't work on.
I just told my guy in a stocking right now, order me 500. Done.
Wow. Business happening before our eyes, everybody.
Yep. I think that's a genius idea. Like the Kona's for like coffee heads. It's like $70 a bag for Kona coffee. It's crazy expensive. But we'll put it in a stocking. We'll put peppermint bark in there. And it'll be for like, because then it's like a real treat.
Yeah. And then you get it for like the coffee person in your life,
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, by the way, you could also get, if you don't drink coffee, it makes a great gift. And also if you, Thanksgiving's coming up. And so if you want to bring coffee, you can do that. So let me see who Rumble, what is going on? Is it we're just king and queen of Rumble today? Should we just...
Is everybody in at a Rumble con and we're just here?
We weren't invited.
Recording from hotels.
Yeah, normally right now we would raid Redacted. Are they not live? I feel like I'm not going to relinquish this homepage. You're working longer, Hannah Claire. Let's talk with chat. Introduce yourself in the chat if you're a brand new viewer today, because there's a lot of new viewers right now. And
give us some impressions. What's your take on this show if you've never seen it before?
Yeah. And let's see. The doc is here. Yeah, people don't like it when I see Redacted is live, so I guess we can raid them.
Oh, loyalty.
Yeah. All right. By the time you guys please follow the channel. Dr. Drew just raided the channel. What the heck's going on?
Oh, hey, Dr. Drew.
Hey, Dr. Drew. I got your handwritten letter. Dr. Drew sent me a handwritten thank you letter. Did you know I went on Dr. Drew's show?
No, I didn't. I remember you talking about it, but that's amazing. He wrote you a handwritten thank you note for that?
Yeah, it's right here.
Classy guy.
I put it up on the thing.
Aw.
Says,
Does it sit next to the JD Vance bust?
No, the JD Vance bus has been moved. I'm misses the quartering. It has to reset my sets with Christmas stuff now. He says, thank you for joining me and thank you for all the hard work. Handwritten. So,
what a classy guy.
That is super classy. Yeah, shout out Dr. Drew. It was great being on your show.
We never talked about it, but JD Vance did dress as I predicted as his meme for Halloween.
Absolutely genius. Yeah, JD Vance. Absolutely genius move.
If he doesn't run for president, he's going to say he had the best time being vice president. I can just tell you that.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. Yeah, 100%. I guess we'll kick it over to Redacted. If you guys are looking for a great, if you'll allow me, if you're looking for a great host gift this Thanksgiving, if you're having people over or if you are going somewhere, I'm going to make a hard push for you to go and check out my coffee on Amazon.com. Our spiked jack-o'-lantern is in stock right now. It's fall as hell. Our strawberry, our tiger's blood, our vanilla sugar cookie is in stock. That's one of our top sellers from last year. Our all of our non-flavored stuff is all there. You can supremely help the show by picking up some coffee. So if you're having people over and you need some coffee, you can support the show and maybe you can convert some fans. Or if you're going to someone's house, instead of bringing wine, bring some coffee. And I guarantee you they're going to love it.
Gift, you know?
Yeah,
also,
I bring coffee.
This is what happens if Rumble leaves you up for too long. You revert back to being a humble coffee vendor.
Yeah, coffeebrandcoffee.com, or you can find all of our product on Amazon at the link in the description. And I hope that, I bring coffee every year to Christmas and to Thanksgiving, and people are so happy and they make it. And secretly, you'll be helping me. I think
often coffee is the thing that, like, when you're prepping for Thanksgiving,
you don't think about it.
Oh, I should restock. So
right.
It's nice to have it.
Yep. So, and I actually make my own. We roast our own. We're not just some drop ship outlet, making a few bucks off someone else's stuff. So you're supporting a real coffee company and real Americans working real jobs. Their jobs you're supporting. So hopefully you can check that out. So everyone go check out Redacted. Make sure to follow this channel before you go. Thanks, everyone. And we'll see you tomorrow at 1 Eastern, 1 hour earlier than normal. And I may never leave tomorrow if we're on the homepage all day again. All right. See you guys. Get some coffee.
Bye.